Dallas Police Chief Eddie Garcia said at the news conference she emerged wearing a hooded sweatshirt or some other clothing that she hadn't arrived in, pulled a gun, and fired several shots, apparently at the ceiling. An officer who was nearby shot the woman in her lower extremities, wounding her and enabling her to be taken into custody. Garcia said she was taken to a local hospital for treatment. He didn't release the woman's name or speculate as to what her motive might have been. Bernie Bennett reporting.
An extreme heat wave not ready to release its grip on the Pacific Northwest. The mercury could top 100 degrees today in some places, including Portland, Oregon. Meanwhile, there's been some serious flash flooding today in the St. Louis area. More on these stories, townhall.com.
What in the wide, wide world of sports is going on here?
I promise you, whatever scum did this, not one man on this force will rest for 1 minute until he's behind bars. Now let's grab a bite to eat. Yeah, come on.
I feel the hot wind on my shoulder and the touch of a world that is older. I hit the switch and check the number. I leave it on and then I slumber. I hear the rhythm ringing through it. Flamenco guitar and cumbia music. I hear the talking of the DJ. The travel witch and what does he say? I'm on a Mexican radio. I'm on a Mexican radio.
Broadcasting live from high atop the J.P. White Building in downtown Roswell, New Mexico. It's Mornings with Mike Winters on 106.5 Roswell's Talk FM.
Is that what I sound like when I talk?
Now, here's your host, Mike Winters.
And good morning, one and all. Welcome to Mornings with Mike Winters. I am he. That would be me, Mike Winters. Happy Tuesday.
Mm-hmm.
It's not Monday. It's not the end of the week. It's Tuesday.
No, but it's a much nicer morning.
Had a nice little rain last night.
Dude,
that was nice.
It was short-lived, but it was so nice just for the sky to open up and give us a little bit, you know.
Well, it was long enough for me to fall asleep to it.
Yeah?
Yeah, because it was about a little before 10.
Mm-hmm.
I heard rumblings of thunder about 9:30.
Oh, yeah, I was out watching the light show.
And then I got a flood warning or flood watch notification on my phone around 9:30 or so. And then, a little before 10, I started hearing the pitter-patter of the rain on the roof. And then it was raining pretty good, and then I passed out and woke up this morning. So
I feel like I'm maybe like an explorer. Like this is how the explorers did it. Like I've been planning my side travels by where the clouds are in the sky and whether they're blocking out the sun. I literally said, "Oh, there's a good cloud in the sky. I'm gonna run and do one real quick just so I can, just so it's cool." And then as soon as I started one, the cloud moved and it was just sunny. I was like, so yeah, the sky was playing with me last night, but finally everything covered up and it cooled down a little bit and it was nice.
Good deal. Yeah, it was nice little rain, and I think it eliminated our rain chances today according to the weather, but
blew our wad.
Yeah, because and then like now I'm like looking. And remember yesterday it was saying it was like 40% chances of rain this week. Now it's like 20. It'll be gone by Thursday probably. But
National Weather Service.
One can hope.
Did we do something to you? Are you okay? Do you need to talk about it?
Maybe we were inappropriate at a party and we didn't realize it.
Maybe that's it. Got a little handsy, you get a few drinks in us. We get handsy. Sorry, National Weather Service. You shouldn't have showed up looking so good.
We say things we shouldn't have done. Should be it. All right. Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm dealing with texts and talking at the same time. But happy Tuesday. Hope everyone's having a good one. Hopefully they enjoyed the rain last night. If not, well, you live in a place where we don't get a lot of it. So
yeah,
it's a rarity.
So, yeah. Suck it up and shut up.
Deal with it.
That's right. Yeah, you like all that alfalfa, don't you?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Spanky too.
Oh, sorry. I thought you were talking about things you like. I'm like, no, Spanky. Yeah, he
Darla
did.
and
Yeah. Wow. I just thought we went somewhere completely different there for a quick minute.
No, Darla, Spanky.
Yeah.
Alfalfa.
So I was just going to go with the whole, rain makes corn, corn makes whiskey, and whiskey makes my baby get a little frisky. So,
Stymie.
Stymie, oh, yeah. Froggy.
There's a whole generation of people. Who is he?
What is he doing? Yeah.
What is he talking about?
Well, I will say this. The saving grace of that is when I was a kid, they did do a live action reboot movie.
Oh, yeah, Little Rascals movie.
Yeah, which was... It was a big deal for, amongst the kids. The whole, I got $1, I got $1, I got $1, hey, 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 hey. That was a big deal in my school.
I remember as a kid watching the old school Our Gang comic, little shows and things.
We're not that far apart, Mike. Come on.
I know, but they used to
sit here. You're like, I had my Red Ryder BB gun, and I was watching Stars.
But we're not that far apart. However, there's enough in the generation gap where they were used to show a lot of rerunny things early in the morning.
They did, yeah.
That you probably didn't see. And a lot of it was like Little Rascals, Our Gang, that whole...
Now, eventually I found Our Gang and like the originals and stuff like that.
Yeah, but they used to like show it at like 7 in the morning on one of the 6 channels you had.
The problem for me was, and maybe I was young and didn't see the errors in it or whatever, but... The reboot was so perfect, so good. It hit all the notes. It scratched the itch so well that when I go back and watch the actual show, it doesn't do the movie justice.
You're saying the movie's better than the original.
I'm saying the movie that I saw from the 90s is better than the series.
That's all perspective.
In the, 60s?
Oh, I think way earlier than that.
50s, maybe?
No,
surely not, though. Like the 50s or 40s.
Yeah, that Dawn of Tell. Yeah, those kids started early.
Yeah, but I feel like most of the black and white TV that we remember is from the 60s.
I think they started back like in the 40s.
Because like the Donna Summer, or like the Donna Summer show and all that, that's from the 60s.
I'm pretty sure like Our Gang and all that started like earlier than that, like 50s, 40s.
Well, I'm gonna look it up.
He's gonna look it up.
But but no, that movie was phenomenal.
Yeah. So I don't know. I guess I like the old black and white because that's what I knew first, and saw it that way. When did it start?
I don't want to talk about it.
40s?
I don't want to talk about it.
What was it? It's twice now you've been wrong on dates and I've been right. Go ahead. Go ahead and say it.
The final short aired 1944. First one aired in 1922. Shut up!
I was like, no, they're older than you think.
So yeah, obviously those aren't going to hold up. I mean,
well, they kind of did for the, I mean, here I am,
But the movie was so good. Again, I was 10, but still, the movie was so good.
Yeah, it's all perspective. It's because what you saw first. And what and that's what you got into, and so what you saw was where the rest of us.
Now, bear in mind, I might not be the best person to borrow, opinion from, because I've literally on the record said that the book version of the movie, The Cable Guy, is good. Not the book that they based the movie on. They wrote a book after they did the movie.
Oh, yeah?
That tells the story of the Cable Guy in book form.
So basically they took the movie and said, we're going to make a book out of it.
Yeah. Not the other way around like you should do.
Right.
No. They did it the backwards way.
Yeah.
And I thought that was a great book when I was a kid. So I did a book report on it. It was fantastic. I read the book before I saw the movie.
Now what I want to know is, is it the same story in the book, or is it a different story?
Word for word. It's like they took the script and then just like contextualized it a little bit.
Did they give him the whole even?
Yep. Yep, they sure did. Like they wrote it that way and everything. And I lapped it up.
This is a literary masterpiece.
I found it in my school library when I was a kid, and I'm like, I want to read this and do a book report on it.
That was in the school library.
Because I like Jim Carrey. I'd seen Ace Ventura, and it had a picture of Jim Carrey on the front, the Cable Guy. I'm like, okay, I'm down. I'm gonna read it.
Excuse me, here at the library. Where is your James Carrey Chronicles section?
I'm looking for your books based on movies section.
I love everything from the James Carrey Chronicles series. The Cable Guy was started off, but I really love The Mask. It's an excellent. It's a
literary. It's a tour de force.
It's a literary masterpiece.
A real tour de force.
The Mask
in literary works.
And then he takes this cretin of Ace Ventura and turns him into a character that's lovable.
And he writes HEEEEEEE like a glove.
He's right there with the characters of some of the most famous literary novels.
Great Gatsby, Grapes of Wrath,
Ace Ventura,
Cable Guy. I don't even remember who wrote it. I just remember that
Jim Carrey.
Why should I? Right? Yeah.
Jim Carrey wrote it. He's like, I could be a writer. Give me the script.
I'll write this thing with my butt.
Yeah.
Dictated but not read.
Yeah, that was pretty funny. All right, let me give you the rundown for today's show. We're gonna replay an interview this hour next. Kent McInnes joined us on the telly yesterday talking about old Lincoln days. So we're gonna play that for you here just a little bit. Had a great conversation talking Billy the Kid and all the pageantry and everything that's going to be happening over in Lincoln, New Mexico, August 5th, 6th, and 7th. In the 8 o'clock hour, we're going to replay our interview we had with the folks from the Chaves County Health Council. They're August 6th, the big health fair. They're taking sign-ups now for the Fun K Run with the Boys and Girls Club in the morning. And also, they've got the mobile mammogram bus that's going to be there. And now's the time to sign up for your appointments for that. For mammograms and all that kind of stuff. So we talked about that. And then in the 9 o'clock hour, about 9:15, the folks from the Roswell Community Little Theater will be joining us. They've got a Curtains Rising fundraising event coming up here they want to tell everybody about. So we'll get an update from them on what's happening at the RCLT.
Health Council still turned down my idea for the first annual giant colon polyp pillow fight.
Well, maybe if you make a novel. Starring James Carey and present it in that form.
James Carroll the Third.
Maybe that'll sway
There you go.
All right, it is 7:16. Let us tell you what the weather may or may not do. They're going to predict it, and then it'll do what it's going to do. So here's your weather.
I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton with your Pecos Valley weather. Just enough moist air seeping into eastern New Mexico for an isolated afternoon shower or thunderstorm today. Otherwise, we'll be getting sunshine. It stays hot with our high around 100. Few clouds for the overnight hours and mid-70s, and then an afternoon shower or thunderstorm possible again on Wednesday. It stays hot with upper 90s to around 100 on our highs. I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton, and that's your latest forecast.
Thank you, Steve. Currently 72 degrees here in Roswell. Humidity is at 79%. Winds currently out of the south at 3 miles per hour. Sunny today. Highs right around 100 with south winds 5 to 15 miles per hour. Partly cloudy tonight. Overnight low is 73. South winds 5 to 15. Yes, they're not talking much about rain today. Wednesday, sunny, hot. Once again, highs right around 100. South winds 5 to 10. Tomorrow night, they threw a 20% chance of rain back into the forecast. Partly cloudy, overnight low of 73. For Thursday, 30% chance for afternoon showers. Otherwise, sunny and hot. 98 for a high with south winds 5 to 10 miles per hour. Thursday night, we're looking at a 40% chance of showers and thunderstorms. Partly cloudy and 72. 20% chance of rain for Friday, sunny and 94 otherwise. 30% Friday night, partly cloudy, overnight low of 72. And then looking at the weekend, mostly sunny and 95 Saturday. 20% chance of showers Saturday night with an overnight low of 73. And a 20% chance of rain Sunday, mostly sunny, 97. So not much chance of rain today, but at least according to the National Weather Service. But it is New Mexico, and that might be our best chance yet when they say there's no chance. So we'll see. All right, it is 18 minutes after 7 o'clock. We're going to take a quick commercial break, and then on the other side, we'll have for you. Actually, you know what I need to do first? Let's do the Roswell Livestock Report, and then take the quick commercial break. And then on the other side, we'll play our interview with Kent McInnes talking about old Lincoln days. That's coming up next. Don't go away. You're listening to Mornings with Mike Winters.
Good morning, this is Smiley Wooten at the Roswell Livestock Auction. 660 head of cattle sold on Monday on an uneven market with excellent buyer attendance compared to last week. Stocker calves sold steady to 5 lower, feeder cattle steady to 5 lower, packer cows and bulls steady to $2 higher. 3 to 400 pound steers $208, $215, 3 to 400 pound heifers $177.5 to $180. 4 to 500 pound steers $183, $208. 4 to 500 pound heifers $162, $177.5. 5 to 600 pound steers $162, $183. 5 to 600 pound heifers $152, $162. 6 to 700 pound steers $159, $162. 6 to 700 pound heifers $141, $152. 7 to 800 pound steers $137, $159. 7 to 800 pound heifers $139, $141. Packer cows 70 to 78.5. Canner and cutter cows 63 to 67. Packer bulls 85 to 90, 50. Feeder bulls 70 to 80. Top half the cow-calf pairs $1,175 to $1,400 per pair. Top half the bred cows $1,000 to $1,225 per head. We do appreciate the business, and we'll talk to you next Monday morning. This is Smiley Wooten, Roswell Livestock Auction.
Yup, it's back to school season, and Roswell Honda wants to get you geared up with the 5th annual Back to School Blowout. Stop by Roswell Honda now through July 29th and register your kids to get a backpack chock full of supplies absolutely free. Then on July 30th, join Roswell Honda for the Back to School Bash with lots of free food and fun stuff for the whole family. And that's not all. While you're there, register to win a brand new desk, office chair, and HP laptop. Register now for the Back to School Blowout, July 30th, 10 to 1 at Roswell Honda, 2177 West 2nd. There's a whole universe out there. Come explore at the International UFO Museum and Research Center, featuring engaging exhibits, astounding sights, and in-depth first-hand accounts of the incident that put Roswell on the map. The research library features the most comprehensive collection of UFO research materials in the world, and you can get exclusive one-of-a-kind gifts and merchandise at the gift shop or online at RoswellUFOmuseum.com. Open daily from 9 to 5 in downtown Roswell. Visit the International UFO Museum and Research Center. It's otherworldly.
There are 3 key phrases that need to be spoken on a regular basis in a healthy marriage. Hi, this is Pastor Troy and Julie Smotherman for The Joy of Marriage.
You know, for over 20 years, Julie and I have been sharing these 3 key phrases, and here they are. I love you, I'm sorry, and I forgive you.
Ephesians 4:32 says, be kind and compassionate to one another, forgiving each other, just as in Christ, God forgave you.
You know, it's so easy to expect others to love us, to say I'm sorry, and to forgive us. But you know, it's really a gift that we give each other. You know, the Bible teaches us we sow and we reap. Sow into your spouse, I love you, I forgive you, I'm sorry. And then you'll reap a harvest in return. Someone has to start the process. Let that be you today so you can really enjoy your marriage.
If you have any questions or would like further information about the Joy of Marriage Ministry, please go to jomconference.com.
When you think of home health care here in Roswell, what's the first thing that pops into your head? That's right, Frontier Medical. We've been doing it better than anyone else for over 20 years. From in-home nursing to physical therapy and so much more. Doctors and hospitals from Albuquerque to Lubbock and everywhere in between have been trusting their patients to us here at Frontier Medical. So when it's time to make a choice, remember Frontier Medical. 575-627-1112. Frontier Medical.
Name to remember.
Pressure Services LLC in Artesia has immediate openings for experienced vacuum truck, kill truck, and hydrovac operators. Operators must hold a Class A CDL or Class D CDL, at least 2 years of experience, and be at least 25 years of age. All positions require a clean driving record and must be able to pass a DOT drug and alcohol screen. Pressure Services offers great pay with IRA benefits and employer contributions toward health benefits. Please apply in person at 402 West Main in Artesia, inside the AIDS Safety Facility. Equal Opportunity Employer.
If you're missing a tooth or several teeth, a dental implant may be the ultimate solution. Implants look and feel so much like real teeth that you probably forget you have an implant. Maupin & Brown Dentistry is one of New Mexico's most experienced implant providers, with literally thousands of implant patients who are absolutely delighted with the results. Call Maupin & Brown today for an evaluation. You'll be surprised how affordable implants can be. Maupin & Brown, your choice for experienced, state-of-the-art dentistry.
Here's a Mornings with Mike Winters fun fact. There are 293 ways to make change for $1. Try all 293 on the guy who keeps borrowing money from you. Here's Mike Winters.
And good morning. It is 23 minutes after 8 o'clock, and joining us on the phone this morning, it must be that time of year again. Kent McInnes back on the phone, talking some Last Escapability Kid, old Lincoln days. Morning, sir. How you doing today?
Hi, Mike.
Doing great. It's good talking to you again. How's life in the mountains this morning?
Oh, it's cooler than where you're at, I think.
Yeah, cooler and more pleasant, and yeah, pretty much every box that's better, it checks up there.
Yeah. What do they always say? Don't hate me because you ain't me.
That's right.
Is that what it is? No, it's nice up here, man. We're still pumping 85, 90 degrees, but shoot, that's real minor compared to some of the places around here.
Well, and there's so many trees and so much shade. So, you're 85 and then you go sit in shade because you have some. And it's about 10 degrees cooler. Real nice in there. So
yeah, just go sit in the river.
There you go.
Do
you have a river? Is there a
river?
river?
Well, they say a river.
Yeah. Well, I didn't know how the water was doing up there, or with drought conditions, if it was more like a stream or a.
Yeah, that's kind of what it is. Yeah. No doubt.
But
I seen where the Rio Grande run dry. Did you see that?
I did see that.
In Albuquerque.
Pretty scary, isn't it?
That is crazy, man.
Well, hopefully you get some more rain soon. There's a lot of talk in our forecast. We'll see what happens.
Yeah. I hope so too. We
want to put this on people's calendars here. If you've never been before, make this your first one. If you have come out before, then you know exactly what I'm talking about. Every year, around the first weekend of August, the village of Lincoln, New Mexico, opens up to the world. Well, they do every weekend, but for this particular weekend, for Old Lincoln Days and the Last Escapability Kid pageant, it's a 3-day fun festival of celebrating all things Lincoln. That's pretty much it in a nutshell, really, isn't it?
Oh, that's exactly what it is. It was first brought in as a quattrocentennial celebration, and there were towns all over the state did something. But Lincoln has a little jewel inside of it with the history of Billy the Kid, and everyone in the world knows about him.
Oh yeah.
So this thing was a big hit. So they went ahead and just made it a yearly festival, and this will be our 81st year, and it just turns a little town of 80 or 100 people into
thousands come through.
Big. Yeah, it looked like a city in there, during the weekend, which is good. There's a lot of stuff to do, a lot of living history demonstrations, parade at 11 on Sunday, and then of course our show Friday, Saturday night, and then the matinee on Sunday.
Yeah, there's so much, lots of fun stuff to do all 3 days. But the highlight, the Piece de la Resistance, the grand event that's part of the Old Lincoln Days, is the Last Escapability Kid pageant. There are 3 performances. There's a Friday night performance, a Saturday night performance, and then a Sunday afternoon performance. And it's there. And all those performances will be on what's called the pageant grounds, which, if you've ever been to Lincoln, New Mexico, it's not real hard to get lost because it's just one road there and it's all. But if you get lost there, I'm more impressed than surprised. But
yeah, well, if you get lost there, don't use Google Maps because you don't have internet service. That isn't going to help you.
And that might be a little advanced for you, to be honest, if you can't. But But anyway, the pageant grounds are right there next to the courthouse, and they got parking and everything right there. And this performance is basically a reenactment of Billy the Kid's escape from the courthouse there, and it's the actual. This is the part that I love about it. The actual pageant itself is almost as historic as the story they're telling. You know what I mean? That's I love that part. I mean, obviously it's not because it's talking about but the people that originally wrote the script for this were people that called Lincoln home during the time of the Lincoln County War. So, and they've been following the same script for generations now. And it's really, to me, that's as cool as the actual performance itself.
Yeah, no doubt. The script was written by some of the actual, descendants or members of the regulators and people that lived there during the Lincoln County War. The actual pageant grounds was donated to the pageant by one of the Coes. So that's how tight of a connection, there is with the pageant.
Oh, that's cool. I love that. But each year, these folks do an amazing job of recreating that, and it's a lot of fun. It's a Western right in front of you. The guns blazing, the whole kit and caboodle, and as you tell the story of how Billy the Kid got out of the courthouse there and talking about, just kind of giving everyone a history of the Lincoln County War and what's going on there with Billy, and why to this day that man is still a part of our history and part of our, you think about it. You think about life in general and a young man who lived in this time and did these things, and here we are 200 years later. Almost 200 years later, talking about him and wanting to learn more about him, and to be honest, people spending their life's work still trying to dig up more on this man. That says something, doesn't it? And it's kind of neat to, that's cool.
No, definitely, and he's like he's such a legend, and it's constantly new things are being turned. You've seen the croquet thing that come out a year or two. So there's constantly things that just keep coming up. I mean, we're probably going to go 100 years, and they're still going to be finding stuff about this guy. And it's really, if you look at tourism draw, Billy the Kid has really put New Mexico on a map as far as that goes. Everyone knows about the Kid, and if they're close enough to come to Lincoln, they're going to make the trip. It's a fantastic town. I mean, it's one street, and we're on the west end of Lincoln, next to the original courthouse where he made his escape. Excuse me, and he's just made it into a fantastic tourism attraction for New Mexico. And not to discredit anything else going on, but this guy really is well known. I mean, you throw in a little Young Guns and stuff, and it just blows it right up. And the original pageant, instead of doing it at this set, they went to each location in town.
Oh, cool!
And shut the town off and did the scene right there.
Yeah, that's cool. I would have loved to have seen one of those. For folks that don't know, when we talk about, and this is where when you come out here either August 5th, 6th, or 7th, or all 3 days, when you come out and you get to really get into the different buildings and the different aspects of the town of Lincoln there, you really get to see, because a lot of the buildings and stuff are of period. There's some more, but there's quite a few structures there in downtown Lincoln there, the main part of Lincoln. These were buildings that were there during the Lincoln County War. Many things happened. It was, for a week there during the war, there was pretty much factions held up at various buildings inside that town. And a lot of people just think of Young Guns and the courthouse, and I was like, no, it was a city under siege for a week, and certain aspects were living in one, certain stores or buildings, and others were in others, and pot shots and everything going on all week. It's much bigger than just Billy the Kid, and he was just a very big piece in that cog. But
yeah, he's the draw, no doubt. And what a lot of people don't understand, they say, well, he's an outlaw and he essentially killed police, and totally different time frame.
Sure.
I mean, when you look at that, the Kid was actually, and the regulators were actually constable.
Yeah.
So they were actually deputized when a lot of this went on. So they were the police.
Yeah.
At a certain amount of time.
And it's kind of one of those things where everybody was police. You know what I mean? They were, the states, certain factions were deputized in this group, the others deputized in this group. It really got muddy.
Yeah. Oh yeah. No, and it's you look at today's, how things go on today, and then you look at how things went on then, as far as judicial system and how they handled stuff.
Sure.
Totally different ball of wax. I mean, it's apples and oranges like you wouldn't believe.
I've been telling folks this because I've actually done it, and it's you look at New Mexico in its current state, in the political climate, the world, how New Mexico is run, and you kind of scratch your head and wonder. It's like, why do they do things this way and all that? I'm telling you, you want to get an understanding of why New Mexico's New Mexico. Just spend the day in Lincoln, New Mexico, and read everything. Read everything in the courthouse.
Sure.
Read everything in the visitor center. Read everything in the buildings in between, and just read the placards. Read the stories of the people. Read the different tales that each are telling, and they're talking about various people throughout Lincoln, but New Mexico's history. And things are so convoluted the way things were done, and contracts are made, and I mean, it was so good old boy run that no wonder New Mexico it is here in 2022. And I think if you just read everything in Lincoln, you'd have a clear understanding why New Mexico's New Mexico.
Oh yeah, no doubt. And if you want to really dig into stuff like that, just research and look at what was called the Santa Fe Rings.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, and a lot of people say, I mean, I don't know enough deep into the politics right now, but a lot of people say that, the Santa Fe Rings still has their teeth in the grip of New Mexico politics.
I would not be surprised at all. I would not be surprised if there was some faction.
That played a big part. That was a whole faction that was against a lot of people.
Mm-hmm.
They controlled everything from the local law to the state law to being partners with the military. And I mean, it was a tough. It was kind of Big Daddy over the top.
Yeah, absolutely. And that, to me, that's the part I love. But for everyone else, I hope you guys come out and learn some of that. But really, come out, bring the whole family, and enjoy the actual pageant grounds and the actual pageant itself. Friday night performance will be 8:30. Saturday night performance will be 8:30, and then a Sunday matinee at 3:00. Now, don't show up at 8:30 because there's lots of other stuff going on. Of course, one of the big concerts will be Michael Martin Murphey Friday night. He's going to be performing there before the pageant, right?
Yeah, and that's huge.
Yeah.
If you look at someone who had some big hits at one time, kind of pulled himself back and made New Mexico kind of his home, and northern New Mexico, Red River and stuff. But he loves Lincoln, and he loves the pageant grounds. And he's held a concert there already this summer, and now he's going to do a show for us on Friday night at 7. So be sure Friday night you get your ticket there at the gate through the day, and you can hear him. Now, tell me this, brother. You pay $10 an adult.
Yes.
The pageant is fantastic. It's done with footlights, spotlights, horses, wagons, guns.
It's worth more than the $10 admission fee.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Yeah, so you do $10 for an adult there, but you also get with that $10 the Michael Martin Murphey concert. Now, tell me where you can get a Michael Martin Murphey concert for $10.
I don't even know if you can get a CD for $10.
Yeah. So, and then we have a concert before each show. 7:00 starts Saturday night, and that's a local band. And then Sunday 1:30, and that is also a local band.
So,
but there's stuff to do in Lincoln all day. I mean, the museums, you could be in the museums all day by itself.
Yeah, really everything beginning Friday at 9 a.m. It's kind of game on from there. And there's just stuff going on depending on what you're into. There's lots of stuff like at the San Jose Church there. They've got a bunch of different events and things, a lot of talks and a lot of different demonstrations, stuff like that. They do, of course, the parade Sunday. It's really something every day is going on. But like you said, if you're a Michael Martin Murphey fan, then you probably want to get your tickets for the Friday night get there early for the concert, and then after the concert, mosey on into the pageant grounds there and enjoy the show. But if the pageant's more of a draw than Saturday night or Sunday afternoon, of course, you're going to get free live music part of your show either way. It's a great local,
Sure.
and I'm telling you, the local bands up there they're so good. I don't know.
They are good.
I don't know if like a bunch of retired musicians just like to go and call like Alto, Ruidoso, Lincoln, Capitan, that area home.
Right.
But there's so many great just musicians that live up in that area, and they all love to get together and jam, and they put out some pretty good bands out there. But
oh yeah, no, they do.
Yeah.
In fact, if you heard me in the shower sing, you'd say, "Man, this guy ought to have his CD cut."
There you go.
And I truly believe that.
You know, maybe we could, that'd be your concert. We put a shower on the stage, and you do it all
There
from
you
the
go.
shower.
Hey, and I call this place home, so I fit right in, brother. Huh? You never know. If someone don't show up, they may find this hidden talent.
You never know. Someone grab a guitar and get up on stage.
There you go. Yeah, the guitar gets wet, though. So you got the shower going. You kind of got to use the shower head as the mic, and,
That's true. Yeah. Well, the shampoo bottle
we
doesn't
won't
have
go
the
any further
amplification.
than that. No, it's going to be a good time, though, Mike. We look forward to seeing everybody, and it's kind of a family reunion. It's all 501c3, and it's local volunteers, and we get together one time a year, and it's like a family reunion. It really is. We all meet out there. We have a good time on the weekend, and we center the whole weekend on the shows. And
Good deal.
It's kind of cool. Yep.
Trust me, you're going to love it. Lincoln is such a cool place. I loved it. I think I'm at a point where about once a year I try to get up there at least to go there and look. And I'm going to add another list of things you need to do during your day there. If you go and take advantage of this, you can. When you go tour the Lincoln County the courthouse and all of that, and that's where you buy your tickets from the National Park Service to see the courthouse and everything there. That's run by them. They offer a package deal where you can check out Lincoln and then go to Fort Sumter, right?
Fort Stanton.
Fort Stanton.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Did I say Sumter? I meant Stanton. Fort
And that's
Stanton,
a
right there
fantastic
as
place,
well.
too.
And
Yeah.
that is so cool because you get a little Billy the Kid history there, but you get everything from Civil War up to World War I and the history of that fort, and of course they've done a beautiful job of kind of keeping the quartermaster buildings and the troops quarters and everything really up to get it. It really is a cool place to walk and stroll through and see, walk back in time and see, life in the military especially during like World War I era, the early 1900s. Yeah, it's really cool.
No, that's cool. Yeah, and it played a huge part with tuberculosis and stuff. There's a merchant marine cemetery out there because of the TB connection.
Yeah,
which is kind of cool. But you have that, and then you have Smoky Bear 12 miles
over in
away.
Capitan.
So,
yeah, that's another thing to check out.
You can do a whole weekend.
Absolutely.
You can plan around the pageant, and you can do a whole weekend in Lincoln.
Absolutely.
And really cover.
So please come on out. Come whichever day. Like I said, if you're a Michael Martin Murphey fan, Friday's probably going to be your best day out at the old Lincoln days. But they've got performances all 3 days. August the 5th, Friday night, 8:30 p.m. August the 6th, Saturday night, 8:30 p.m. And then Sunday afternoon at 3 p.m. on August the 7th. The concerts start at 7 each night, Friday night and Saturday night. And then Sunday afternoon, the parade will start at 11. They'll do the concert there at 1. And then at 3 o'clock, they'll do the final pageant of the weekend there on Sunday.
Yep.
You can always get tickets at the door there. Is there any way to get advance tickets, or is it all just at the door?
With it being a volunteer-run group, it's so hard, Mike, to run a lot of websites and stuff. So what we do is we just make it where you can, purchase your tickets all 3 days at the gate, and that's kind of how we've had to do it, just because technology is great if you have someone to run it, but it's tough. When it's all volunteer, it's kind of a tough deal on that side.
I understand. Hey, if someone wants to actually pay in gold, they got someone who can do some ciphering?
Come see me. And I hope your math doesn't work out good, and that's to my advantage.
I just wonder if someone to cut off a piece of a gold bar and hand it to you while you go.
There you go. I'd take it.
All right, well, you know, that stuff's valuable. It don't matter. You know, I'll take it too.
Yeah.
I'll bite into it, but I'll take it.
That's right. There you go, brother.
Good
No
deal.
doubt.
Well, definitely, folks, come check it out. It's a lot of fun, and it's so much history, so much good times, just so much entertainment. I tell you, the whole family's going to love it. There's lots of things. The kids are going to love it because they can run around and you know, play cowboys and do all that stuff. They you know, they come out and do all the when they're doing the blacksmithing and all that kind of stuff. The kids love all that kind of stuff. So come
no
check
doubt.
it out.
And you know how neat it is, Mike, having all this right in our own backyard.
Yeah.
I mean, one of the biggest Western outlaw, I say outlaw or Western icons, period, that ever walked the earth in Billy the Kid.
It is. And here's the part I love. Like I've said, I try to go once a year at least and go check it out. And every time I go there, I learn something new or find something out new or learn something I didn't know the last time or saw something I didn't see the last time. So I don't care if you've been there 100 times. Go again. There's always something new. That's the thing. Because I just love going there because I don't know. It's one of those things, and I bet you get like this too, Kent. Where you ever like just hang out in historical places, and it just has a different feeling. You know what I mean? Just like you sit there and you just feel like you're surrounded by an area that just like a lot happened. You know, it's just different. You know, and I get those feelings when I hang out in Lincoln. I always feel like, man.
Yeah. No, it's a fantastic place. I mean, it's a jewel of the West. You know, and if you haven't been there, or even if you have, you know what a jewel it is. But if you haven't, go check it out. I mean, it's incredible, and it's right here.
Absolutely.
I mean, it's right in our yard. So, and get about 10, 15 degrees cooler and come see us.
Absolutely. Yeah. It's great. You're going to love everything that you go out there and see and do and all that stuff. So, again, August, it's the first weekend of August, not this weekend, but next weekend, August 5th, 6th, and 7th. There in the town of Lincoln. Really, everything gets started 9 a.m. Friday and goes till about 4 after after that last performance at 3 o'clock on Sunday afternoon. And it just goes. Just go out there, find you a good spot to park, and just walk up and down and see everything that there is to do. You're going to go every 5 feet and see cool food and items and things for some of the vendor booths, but then get a chance to go into some of these historic places and do some shopping and support the locals too. They got some great little, if you love doing craft or antique shopping, there's some great little stores that are sprinkled in Lincoln there that you can kind of find some cool stuff too. So don't leave some space in the vehicle to bring some stuff home with you too. Just a tip.
Absolutely. And maybe my CD if I get one cut in time.
There you go. We can get is it called Tales from the Shampoo Bottle? What's the name of the
yeah, me and you will be thinking about that. How about that?
Good deal. Well, Ken, is there anything we wanted to share? Anything we got to talking and sidetracked on that we didn't get a chance to talk about or get out there?
No, I don't think so. Like I said, I think when you talk about Billy the Kid, I think you could go on for months.
That's the problem.
So we hit on some high points and we had fun like we always do, Mike. Me and you have a good time on the phone every time we talk. So the main point is, 501c3, 81st year.
Yeah.
And you don't see a folk pageant anywhere in the world like you do this. When the voices speak out of the voice box and the actors act, it's full of horses, guns, wagons, the whole bit. There's food vendors right there, so you won't go hungry. It's just a neat deal.
It is. It's really cool, and come see the history of New Mexico live and in action. That's really what it is, and to get it's a chance for you to step back in time a little bit, and every time you go to Lincoln, it's kind of like that. You know what I mean? It's just a cool place to go, and so for all you folks that were traveling to the ski-in or to the casino, then you just kind of breezed right through Lincoln. Stop, check it out, and see all the cool stuff there. So.
Yep, absolutely.
Good deal. Well, thank you, sir. As always, good talking to you. Of course, he'll be doing some Capitan football this year, so look for him on the radios here this fall for football season, too. So
There you go, brother. Absolutely. And it's always good talking to you, Mike, and I sure do appreciate all the friendship that you've given us over the years through the pageant and everything. So thanks a bunch.
anytime. And when that CD hits, remember us little people, just saying.
That's right. Absolutely. You'll be first on my thoughts, brother. Believe me.
Awesome. Thank you, sir. Well, take care, Kent. We'll see you next time. And hopefully we'll get to see you running around and about this next weekend up here. So
Absolutely.
All right.
Absolutely. Come say hi.
All right. Take care, Kent. We'll talk to you soon.
Okay.
Thank you. All right. Bye-bye. All right. That was Kent McInnes talking some old Lincoln days with us. I always enjoy talking that with him. It's one of my favorite events that happens every year is old Lincoln days there in the village of Lincoln. It is cool. I'm telling you, it is so cool. It's just, the whole Billy the Kid. I love going to the courthouse and going up there and seeing the bullet hole in the wall and seeing the markers where Sheriff Brady was shot and seeing and just reliving that history. And it, for me, it's because I loved the Young Gun movies as a kid. I remember watching them as a young teenager kind of, and I loved those stories. It was at that time, all those were big name, actors, the Sheens, and Emilio Estevez and all of that, and the Young Gun and Young Guns 2, and it was a very formative movie for my younger years, and I loved it. And then when I moved out here and stumbled upon Lincoln and said, oh, and this is Billy, and then I started, reading the history, talking about Tunstall getting murdered and the Murphy Dolan thing, and I'm like, oh yeah, this was in the Young Guns movie, and because to me, I just kind of thought Young Guns movies were just entertaining westerns. I didn't know that they put a lot. Now, don't be wrong, there's a lot of Hollywoodized storytelling in it, but between the Young Guns 1 and 2, timelines are a little muddy, and people and characters aren't. Some are the same, some aren't, and things like that. But it's kind of neat because then you go to Lincoln and you see different aspects. And you're like, oh, because for me, it was like, oh, I remember the movie at the end of the movie where they were by the house, and this is the location where that took place, and this is the site where Tunstall was shot down, and I remember that in the movie, and you see all that. And to me, that was cool to put a location and a place to those movies. And so for me, that's why I got enamored. And then I came here and I go and read, and I really have read all that stuff, and because it's kind of my bag. I get into that kind of stuff if people let me. I'm not good to go sightseeing with stuff like this because some people kind of rush through it, and then there's me waiting entirely too long at one of the displays because I got something I'm reading and got into. I'm one of those people. And I'm telling you, if you do that there, you learn so much about this state. It's just it's a really cool thing. Anyway.
From the Pecos Valley Newsroom, I'm Jared Sorello. It's fair time in New Mexico. The Lee County Fair runs July 29th through August 6th this year. As a reminder, there is some construction that you'll have to dodge on New Mexico 83, which is Avenue D, and Commercial. Only one-lane traffic will be available temporarily in the southbound lanes during the Lee County Fair. That portion of the work zone will be on a partial suspension, however, to minimize the traffic congestion with cooperation from the City of Lovington and Lee County. Meanwhile, the Eddy County Fair is starting today, running all this week. The parade is at 4 o'clock today. You can visit the many fair exhibits throughout the rest of the week. One big event, again, is the 23rd Annual Chili Cook-Off on Saturday. Aaron Watson headlines the closing night concert Friday night with tickets available for $15 online at eddy.fairwire.com. You're up to date. I'm Jared Sorello.
It usually arrives by email, aimed at top celebrities, sports figures, and wealthy Fortune 500 CEOs. A voice from their past, a sex partner, a former coworker, and sometimes just an old acquaintance. In any case, a threat is made. Unless you pay me a large sum of money, I will reveal our sexual past and destroy your marriage, your career, or company. I'm Kim Commando, brought to you by T-Mobile. Their advanced network now goes farther than ever before. Visit T-Mobile.com/55 today. It's called sextortion. a plot where mostly young women blackmail wealthy men for tens of thousands of dollars. Attorneys tell the New York Post that sextortion cases have exploded since the pandemic. Even when it's clear that the victim is innocent, they will usually pay to avoid public embarrassment. The best way to end these extortion schemes is for some brave victim to just risk it all, stand tall, and go to the police and fight back. So far, few have. Want more tech news? Get my daily 30-minute podcast perfect for walks and drives. It's called Kim Commando Today. I believe home should be the safest place on earth for every family. That's why I use and recommend Simply Safe. Simply Safe is advanced whole home security that puts you, your home, and your family's safety first. Simply Safe offers comprehensive protection not only against intruders and burglary, but against expensive home hazards from flooding to fires. With 24/7 professional monitoring, Simply Safe's agents take action the moment a threat is detected, dispatching police or first responders in an emergency. Simply Safe uses proprietary video verification technology so that monitoring agents can visually confirm the threat in order to get higher priority 911 dispatch. Monitoring plans are affordably priced at $1 a day with no long-term contract or hidden fees. You can customize the perfect system for your home in just a few minutes at simplysafekim.com. Go today and claim a free indoor security camera plus 20% off with interactive monitoring at simplysafekim.com.
With the Wall Street Business Report, I'm Bill Alexander. Walmart has lowered its profit outlook for the second quarter and the full year, saying rising prices on food and gas are forcing shoppers to cut back on discretionary items. Walmart is stepping up discounts on general merchandise items like home furnishings and electronics to move inventory. A former U.S. Congressman from Indiana, Stephen Buyer, technology company executives, a man training to be an FBI agent, and an investment banker were among 9 people charged in 4 separate and unrelated insider trading schemes revealed on Monday with the unsealing of indictments in New York City. It was one of the most significant attacks by law enforcement on insider trading in a decade. German business confidence has fallen more than expected this month, hitting a 2-year low amid worries about higher energy prices and the prospect of a possible natural gas shortage. That's according to an international survey. For the Wall Street Business Report, I'm Bill Alexander in Washington.
When I'm ready for new furniture, I don't want to wait for it. I go to Glenn's Furniture, where everything is ready for immediate delivery. Beautiful power reclining furniture, gorgeous dining room sets and bedroom sets, and the world's most comfortable mattresses. Glenn's has the quality furniture I'm looking for at the best prices around, in stock and ready to go home. So don't wait around. Hurry to Glenn's Furniture at the corner of Union and Alameda, delivering for free since 1953.
Attention Roswell and surrounding areas. Roswell Nissan announces a special vehicle liquidation event. Newly arriving inventory and an overstock on pre-owned vehicles means Roswell Nissan's got to make room. With huge savings on Frontier, Yukon, Ram, and more. Even some 2021s and 22s. And rock bottom back-to-school savings on Lexus, Chevy, Jeep, and even an Audi A5. If you've been putting it off, now's the time to trade up and save. The vehicle liquidation event on now at Roswell Nissan, 2111 West 2nd. It's Eddy County Fair time. And once again, KSVPTV.com is your home for all things Eddy County Fair. Tune in to the KSVP Morning Show, live from the fair, Wednesday through Friday. And KSVPTV.com will have many of this year's livestock shows and events live and on demand. So join us at the fair and tell your out-of-town friends and family to log in to KSVPTV.com. Coverage of the 2022 Eddy County Fair is brought to you in part by Amigo Machinery, your local Kubota dealer, 2801 Southeast Main in Roswell.
Here at the Tailgate Nation, we try to make our service department as friendly and convenient as possible. But sometimes you're just too busy to bring your vehicle in for the service it needs. So your friends at Roswell Ford have come up with a revolutionary new idea, mobile service. Instead of you bringing your vehicle to us, we'll come to you. That's right, the Roswell Ford mobile service crew can take care of routine maintenance and light repairs at your home, office, place of business, or just about anywhere your vehicle is. We can change your oil and filter, rotate your tires, replace your battery, change your windshield wipers, do a complete multi-point inspection, and more. Right in your own driveway or parking lot. And these are Ford factory-trained technicians who'll bring the right equipment, tools, and parts to get the job done correctly without interrupting your busy day. So how cool is that? Mobile service. Kind of makes you wonder why nobody thought of it before. Call the Roswell Ford Service Department to make an appointment. Then just sit back and relax.
ENMU Roswell and Healthy Kids Chavez County have joined forces for the first ever Super Kids Splash and Dash, Saturday, July 30th at the ENMUR Pool. A combo swim and run competition with 3 different age divisions, the 10 and unders, 11 to 15s, and the once was 16 and up, with prizes for the top 5 girls and boys in each division. Entry fee is $15 for adults and $5 for kids, with proceeds to benefit Harvest Ministries. Google Roswell Kids Super Splash to sign up or call Perry at 575-626-3190. The Super Kids Splash and Dash, Saturday, July 30th at the ENMUR Pool.
Let the Valley Cafe cater your next business meeting or lunch. Call ahead 575-755-3287 and place your order. The Valley Cafe 575-755-3287.
At Anderson Bethany Funeral Home and Crematorium, we honor and pay tribute to the achievements of your loved one by celebrating the life you shared together. Anderson Bethany Funeral Home and Crematorium is compassionate and cares about our local community and the families we serve here in southeastern New Mexico. Locally owned and operated, we will be here to help you decide how to celebrate the bond you've shared and pay tribute to the unique individual you've lost. Visit us at 2609 South Main in Roswell or call 622-5888.
Your home for Sean Hannity in Roswell. 106.5 Roswell's Talk FM, KEND, Roswell, New Mexico.
News this hour from townhall.com. I'm Rich Thomason. There are cars underwater, high water rescues in progress. St. Louis and vicinity swamped by torrential rains. Record-setting rainfall overnight, unleashing dangerous flash flooding. The National Weather Service reports just over 7 inches of rain between midnight and 5 a.m. Interstates are closed. People urged to stay at home if it's safe there. In California, the Oak Fire has now charred more than 17,000 acres, close to 3,000 firefighters battling the explosive blaze near Yosemite National Park. More than 50 structures have been destroyed. Addressing the Young America's Foundation in D.C.
Sadly, as we gather here today, American freedom is under attack.
Former Vice President Pence.
Big tech, big media, big government, even big business have locked arms to advance a pernicious woke agenda designed to control the American people and destroy the American dream.
Former President Trump returns to D.C. today for the first time since leaving office. He'll deliver closing remarks to the America First Policy Institute's America First Agenda Summit. President Biden doubling down on the administration's claim that we are not in a recession, nor is one likely, according to the president.
We're not going to be in a recession, in my view. The employment rate is still one of the lowest we've had in history. It's in the 3.6 area. We still find ourselves with people investing.
Second quarter GDP numbers due out on Thursday may show the economy contracted for a second straight quarter, and that is traditionally the definition of a recession. On Wall Street this hour, stocks in negative territory. Right now, the Dow is down 148 points, the NASDAQ Composite Index off 120, and the S&P 30 points lower. More on these stories at townhall.com.
Charlie Dombeck here from Key City Capital. As a practicing CPA for nearly 30 years, I have found that 80% of your ability to grow your wealth is dependent upon 2 factors: taxes and investment performance. At Key City Capital, we improve investment performance by diversifying capital into off-market investment opportunities in passive rental real estate and alternatives like asset-backed lending. We recover dollars that clients unnecessarily pay in the form of income taxes, creating a lifetime annuity of savings. We are a sponsor of passive, affordable single and multifamily residential rental investments, which are located in Sunbelt landlord-friendly states. These investments are the top choices in a rising interest rate and inflationary environment. They represent a store of value, protecting your capital from market volatility. Learn how we at Key City Capital can help you ultimately grow your wealth rapidly. Connect with me at keycitycapital.com or give me a call at 817-912-1569.
President Biden hoping to end his COVID isolation in the coming days.
I'm feeling better every day. I still have a little bit of a sore throat.
The president says most of his COVID symptoms are gone, even though his voice is still a bit raspy, and he's eager to end his isolation in the White House residence.
I hope I'm back to work in person by the end of this week.
He says all of his medical tests indicate his vital signs are normal, or, as he put it, on the button. Greg Clugston, Washington.
American basketball star Brittany Griner is back in a Russian courtroom for her prolonged trial on drug charges that could net her 10 years in prison if there's a conviction. The trial of the two-time Olympic gold medalist and Phoenix Mercury standout began July 1st, but only 4 sessions have been held so far, some of them lasting just a few hours. She acknowledges she had vape canisters containing cannabis oil when she was arrested at a Moscow airport in mid-February. Townhall.com. Some Boeing factories may be grounded by a strike.
It would happen next month for 2,500 workers at 3 plants in the St. Louis area after they voted Sunday to reject a contract offer from the plane maker. The strike planned to begin August 1st. The International Association of Machinists and Aerospace Workers District 837 said workers want a fair and equitable contract. Boeing says it's disappointed workers rejected the deal that featured what it called competitive raises and a generous retirement package. John Scott reporting.
Walmart is lowering its profit forecast for the second quarter and the full year, saying that rising prices on food and gas forcing shoppers to cut back on discretionary items, especially clothing, to carry higher profit margins. The behavior is forcing the big retailer to step up discounts on general merchandise items like home furnishings and electronics to move inventory. More on these stories at townhall.com.
What in the wide, wide world of sports is going on here?
I promise you, whatever scum did this, not one man on this force will rest for 1 minute until he's behind bars. Now let's grab a bite to eat. Yeah, come on.
I feel the hot wind on my shoulder and the touch of a world that is older. I hit the switch and check the number. I leave it on and then I slumber. I hear the rhythm ringing through it. Flamenco guitar and cumbia music. I hear the talking of the DJ. The travel listen, what does he say? I'm on a Mexican radio. I'm on a Mexican radio.
Broadcasting live from high atop the J.P. White Building in downtown Roswell, New Mexico. It's Mornings with Mike Winters on 106.5 Roswell's Talk FM.
Is that what I sound like when I talk?
Now, here's your host, Mike Winters.
And good morning. It is 6 minutes after 8 o'clock. Welcome to hour number 2.
The Deuce.
Oh, Mornings with Mike Winters right here on 106.5 Roswell's Talk FM. Happy Tuesday.
Mm-hmm.
I got a crick in my neck.
Yeah?
And it started yesterday.
Dude.
And I don't even know how it happened. But every time I turn this way, it hurts.
I'm so, terrified by the spine. Like, the fact that we're just, one quick away from just being paralyzed. Like, if you do it wrong. The whole thing with Chris has got me kind of shook.
Yeah.
Like the fact that he's got vertebrae that are fusing and fluid that's collecting in different places. It's messed up.
Oh, he'll be good.
Yeah.
He'll be good.
But I also watch a lot of pro wrestling. I see, a lot of serious neck injuries. Like Big E, this dude who wrestles in WWE, he's been out for the last 6 months they thought he could be paralyzed.
Well,
he was dropped directly on his head.
In all fairness, he got dropped directly on his head.
Yeah.
Most of us aren't running around getting dropped directly.
True. I'm too scared to pull off even a roll off into my bed.
Yeah.
I wanted to do it the other day. I was like, I could pull a somersault off. I don't think my spine's.
That's why in the deep back of my head, I can never understand how a wrestler does that. I get the crowd, the whole it feeds all of that.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, as a career choice, you said, I want to leap off of a cage into a table, folding table, while some guy hits me with a barbed wire bat. I mean, it's just, I don't.
Regular ones I can kind of understand. The ones that I don't understand are your Jeff Hardys, your Darby Allins, the dudes who thrive on going up on top of 15-foot ladders. And I literally saw, this is 2 or 3 months ago, a guy get up on top of a 10-foot ladder inside of the ring and jump off of the top of the ladder onto another person who was on a bed of folding chairs.
Oh, jeez.
That was all that was there to protect. The folding chairs were set up like 4 folding chairs, like a bed.
Yeah.
One guy was like laying out on it, and he just straight into the dude, into these metal chairs. Like that.
From 10 feet up.
Got to suck from 15 because
15
you're like 5 feet with the ring, and then another 10
Oh, he was
feet
on
with
the
ladder.
floor. Okay.
Yeah.
He wasn't on the mat. Okay.
That's. I mean, I don't understand what goes through a person's mind.
Yeah.
I'm waiting to go down the water slide in Vegas. And I'm on the scaffolding, and I'm like looking over the edge. I'm like, I don't want to do this anymore.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's so, I mean, God bless them.
Yeah.
You know,
Then
but
again,
I don't understand it.
I have that same curiosity for people who can climb towers for a living. Like,
oh yeah, I wouldn't do that either.
Our old engineer Gary, he used to love getting up on towers. Like, his favorite thing to do.
And to be honest though, those people that do that, they make bank.
Oh, I know.
And
I know.
they're specialized service. So if you get in that career field, you're going to make money if you're willing to climb
your next of
1,000
kin
foot
will
tires.
be set.
Yeah, if you're willing to climb 1,000-foot tower with a ladder, basically, which is the tower, by the way, the ladder.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you strap in.
You're harnessed off.
Yeah.
But
still,
how much do you trust that strap?
I mean, it takes a mindset to do that, and I don't have it. So I have a heights fear. And
the opening scene from the movie Cliffhanger gives me like vertigo.
Oh yeah.
So I mean, it's stuff like that I can't do.
It's a movie from the 90s, kids.
Yes.
Starring Sylvester Stallone.
Back when it was still believable that he could pull off stuff like this.
And quit being I'm still miffed by that Facebook or meme that's been floating around social media with the $10 bill, and someone puts they basically put a headband on Alexander Hamilton,
right?
And he looks like Rambo.
Well, they also sallowed his cheeks in a little bit. They did some stuff, but it's uncanny valley stuff.
Yeah, I'm like, why did Alexander Hamilton look like Sylvester Stallone as Rambo?
You never realized
he'd look just like him.
But that snaps in your head.
There's got to be some CGI in that.
Somebody was sitting there, probably mind altered, all up.
Oh, sure.
Just staring at a $10 bill, like, dude.
It's Rambo.
He's like watching First Blood. And he looks down. He's like, it's a long road. First Blood.
He's like, quick, get me a pencil.
Give me a pencil. We have to take this $10 bill to the edge of town.
By the way, I have finished season 3 of Stranger Things.
Yes.
I'm ready to begin and dive into season 4, the current season of Stranger Things.
So what'd you think of the end of 3? Because 3 is still pretty fresh in my head. The whole story with like Billy, and Max and all that. And
I like, you know what? It's
the fact that it started like imbuing like people now. What it did to Billy, that shook me up because like he's a scary dude.
You know what? It's weird.
He plays evil real good.
Yeah. You know what's weird is I'm not a horror movie or horror genre fan to begin with.
Me neither.
So I'm liking this show for different reasons than probably most people are.
Mm-hmm.
The story, it's okay. It's not. It's very cliche cheesy.
Mm-hmm.
It's a cliche cheesy just storyline with over the top Ruskies and all that, and, which the gore stepped up their value on the that finale of 3 when they're digging in her leg and all that stuff.
One would do well to brace oneself for season 4.
Yeah, that's what you're saying. It's pretty. But why I like it is I love the campiness. I love and because I know it's a mark for me. Mm-hmm. I'm probably the same age as those kids in the story.
Right.
You know what I mean?
I'm like you. I also like the fact that, like, for example, Kate Bush is running up that hill.
Yeah.
Became like number 1 on the Billboard charts for the first time in like 30 years.
Well, and the Metallica. And Master Puppets is now in the
same thing with Journey. I mean.
I do appreciate that they're like discovering things from back in that day.
We played the day you were out. One of the days you were out, we played the scene at the end of the penultimate episode of this current season.
Okay.
The next to last.
Okay.
And it's like, even thinking about it, I get goosebumps. The way they like juxtapose the music.
Okay.
Because it's Separate Ways by Journey.
Okay.
And the way they do it, though,
Yeah, you hear rolling in the other room. It's so good because they just do like a pan over of everybody in this RV as they're like heading to the final battle, and it's just like the trepidation on all their faces.
Okay,
and then just the music just hits, and then like right when they get to the house, they hear that. It's just so good.
I got to be honest, and I want to say this without spoiler alerting, but then again, it's season 3. There's a whole nother season ahead, so maybe it's okay for me to say that.
I think you're good. Any fans will have at least been to 3 by now.
What's his name? Hopper. Thank you. He's no longer with us at the end of season 3. I'm very curious, how does season 4, because he's a main part of that story, and for him not to be in season 4, unless they're going to Obi-Wan him or something, I don't know.
And this is where the post-credit scene comes into play.
Yes, where they were showing that I'll live for people.
Pick it apart. You can go on YouTube and have the answer like that, because everybody figured it out.
Okay.
Everybody put it together and figured it out.
Okay.
That's all I'm going to say.
Don't tell me he's the bad guy.
No.
Okay.
No,
good.
I'm not. No. I'll tell you, he's not that.
Okay, good. No. For a guy that's got serious mental health problems, I like him.
This season does a really good job of taking you out of the place where you know that there's a concrete good guy and a concrete bad guy, because some of the bad guys kind of, I mean, they get their comeuppance in the end, but they sort of like, what's the word I'm looking for? They like turn themselves around.
Sure. Well, and at the end of the day, at least with season 3,
you gain sympathy for some of the stories of,
because season 3 is very much a Walking Dead type, where they're converting people, basically. You know what I mean?
I gotta.
Oh, you gotta go. But so really, are the bad guys, or is it whatever's controlling them, the real bad guy?
I really wish I could, because everybody figured it out at the end of season 3.
Okay.
That some of the things in that post-credit scene hint at some things.
Okay. And I didn't study it that hard.
They joke that it was the worst kept secret in the history of Stranger Things.
Okay. All right. Well, then maybe I'll go back and rewatch that, because I got to pay closer attention.
That last little bit.
Yeah, I watched it, but it just kind of hinted to me that there's a whole lot more going on here than what
that there is.
But I don't know what yet. So let me give you the rundown. I know I'm a season behind there. A bunch of people yelling at me. It's like, you're so bad behind. I'm sorry. I just watched season 3. We're going to get you up to date with the weather here in just a few minutes, and then we're going to replay our interview. We had the folks from the Chaves County Health Council join us, and then also Rick Lamb with Boys and Girls Club. And we're talking all about the Health Expo, which is August 6th. Boys and Girls Club, they're going to be running the fun run, the 80s fun run. So maybe you will dress up as Stranger Things, dressing up as actual 80s things. Maybe go that layer with it. But anyway, we talk all about that. So we're gonna play that interview for you here in just a little bit. Later on this hour, we'll get you up to date with local news, along with your Wall Street business update and whatever else we can come up with for this hour of the show. Oh, there's something I do want to put on your radar here. And this is actually for probably a very niche group of the audience, but for those people, it is a pretty big deal for them. The Chaves County Extension Office is having their Pecan Weevil Trap Palooza. And you're thinking, whoa, that's a party. Yes, it is. It's going to be happening August 4th from 11 to 2. It is an opportunity for folks to get free pecan weevil traps, which I learned when I talked with Drew that they're this thing they wrap around the tree. It's not like a roach motel trap, like I was envisioning in my head. But they're having the pecan weevil, and then plus they're giving all kinds of information and things about the pecan weevil and stuff at the event. Again, it's going to be on the 4th of August from 11 to 2, and it's going to be at the Chaves County Extension Office, located at 200 East Chisholm, Suite 4 here in Roswell. Reach out to the Extension Office at 575-622-3210, and they'll be able to answer any questions you might have and everything else. But if you're a pecan tree owner and you want some traps or want to know more about the pecan weevil, or think you have infestins and you need to get that done and take care of, come out to the event again, August 4th, 11 to 2 at the extension office there. All right, it is 18 minutes after 8 o'clock. Let's go ahead and get you up to date on the weather.
I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton with your Pecos Valley weather. Just enough moist air seeping into eastern New Mexico for an isolated afternoon shower or thunderstorm today. Otherwise, we'll be getting sunshine. It stays hot with our high around 100. A few clouds for the overnight hours and mid-70s, and then an afternoon shower or thunderstorm possible again on Wednesday. It stays hot with upper 90s to around 100 on our highs. I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton, and that's your latest forecast.
Thank you, Steve. Currently, did I refresh? I don't think I did. I'm such a bad host. Currently, 77 degrees here in Roswell. Humidity is at 62%. Winds are calm at the moment. Sunny, hot, high of 100 today. South winds 5 to 15. Partly cloudy tonight with an overnight low of 73 degrees. South winds 5 to 15. No talk of rain today. Wednesday, during the day at least, no talk of rain. Sunny and hot tomorrow. Once again, highs right around 100. Southeast winds 5 to 10 miles per hour. Tomorrow night, monsoon season. 20% chance of rain tomorrow night, mainly before midnight. Partly cloudy. Overnight low of 73. South winds 5 to 10. That 30% chance of rains on Thursday as well. During the day, more the afternoon mostly. Sunny and hot, otherwise 98 for a high. South winds 5 to 10. Thursday night, our chance of rain bumps up to 40%. Partly cloudy with an overnight low of 72. 20% chance of rain Friday, sunny and 94. 30% chance of rain Friday night, partly cloudy and 72. And then for your weekend, mostly sunny and 95 Saturday. 20% chance of showers Saturday night with an overnight low of 73. And a 20% chance of rain Sunday, otherwise sunny and 97. So more of the same, mostly for the week here. Just century mark. Slight chances of rain every day, except for like today maybe. But since there's no chance of rain today, that means it'll probably rain today. Just to warn you, that's how southeast New Mexico works. But we'll see. All right, it is 20 minutes after 8. We're going to take a commercial break, and then on the other side of the break, we're going to play our interview with the folks from the Chaves County Health Council and Rick Lamb from Boys and Girls Club here as well. Don't go away. You're listening to Mornings with Mike Winters.
If you're like me, you love summer grilling and can't wait to bite into that juicy hamburger. Hi, this is Dr. Sarah Usher, and our team at Carabelli Dental know how important it is that you have strong teeth to confidently bite into your favorite foods. If you're struggling with enjoying your summer activities because of a lost tooth and need a dental implant, or maybe you're looking for a completely new smile, our team is here and ready to make a plan that's right for you. Call us and see how we can help you enjoy your summer cookout.
Come see the team at Carabelli Dental in Roswell or call 622-4455. It's Eddy County Fair time. And once again, KSVPTV.com is your home for all things Eddy County Fair. Tune in to the KSVP Morning Show, live from the fair, Wednesday through Friday. And KSVPTV.com will have many of this year's livestock shows and events live and on demand. So join us at the fair and tell your out-of-town friends and family to log in to KSVPTV.com. Coverage of the 2022 Eddy County Fair is brought to you in part by Pecos Valley Equipment, your local John Deere dealer, with locations in Roswell and Artesia.
Roswell Skin Center and Dr. Committee are here to provide what you need for cosmetic dermatology, offering facials, peels, Botox, filler, and laser. Dr. Committee at Roswell Skin Center invites you to become a VIP member. Receive $50 off your first treatment. Sign up for rewards at roswellskin.com.
Your ride is broke, needs a fix? Come on down, we'll take care of it quick at Big O. Big O Tires. Whatever the problem, will ease your fears. We got experience, nearly 60 years at Big O. Big O Tires.
With nearly 60 years of experience and high customer ratings, you can always count on your local Big O Tires to give you quality products and trustworthy service, all for a low price. From July 11th through July 31st, save between $70 and $100 instantly on select sets of Bridgestone and Firestone tires with installation purchase. Big O Tires, the team you trust. Installation charges extra. Required on all 4 tires. Not valid with other offers. Eligibility may vary. Disposal fees extra and up to 10% shop fee based on non-discounted regular retail price not to exceed $35 where permitted. See store for details.
Millions of individuals are impacted by the effects of hormone imbalance every day. From fatigue and weight gain to severe mood changes, many individuals are left uncomfortable and unaware of the easily accessible solutions that can help alleviate these common issues. Let Roswell Medical Clinic at 111 West Hobbs be your advocates for a better tomorrow by helping address your hormone imbalance today with the BioT Medical Method. As a certified BioT provider, the Roswell Medical Clinic team is proud to offer patients this advanced method for hormone therapy at their Roswell office. With more than 1 million insertions performed, BioT Medical's method of bioidentical hormone replacement therapy may help men and women experiencing hormone imbalance. With Roswell Medical Clinic as your trusted certified BioT provider, you can begin your journey to wellness by helping ease your hormone imbalance symptoms. Contact Roswell Medical Clinic today to schedule your appointment to discuss your BioT medical options. 575-623-3311.
Wakefield Oil Express has the highest quality service in Roswell with a 17-point full-service oil change that includes a full wash and vacuum at their car wash. You won't find a better deal. They also offer full synthetic oil changes, fuel and cabin filter replacements, and will even check your battery. Their tunnel wash isn't afraid of dirty vehicles. They have the best value wash in town with free vacuums. They even offer wash passes that can be used for multiple vehicles. Next time you need your oil changed, go to the fast and efficient Wakefield Oil Express and let them earn your business. 3204 North Main, Roswell.
Make your home a smart home with smart home Wi-Fi from Plateau. Now you can connect more devices to fast, reliable Wi-Fi throughout your home. That means faster speeds with no downtime or lag. Enhance your connection, expand your reach, and experience whole home device control and protection with Plateau. Plateau offers true fiber with options starting as low as $60 a month, all with no caps and no hidden fees. Call today 575-755-1000 or stop by 1001 South Main in Roswell. Get smart home Wi-Fi today from Plateau. Tried, true, trusted.
Buying a sewing machine from a big box store or online might seem like a bargain, but in this case, you really do get what you pay for. Just the machine. No lessons, no help with figuring out why it isn't working the way you expect, and no one close to fix it. Buying locally from an authorized retailer may cost a little more, but in the end, it will save you time, money, and aggravation. Come see me, Chris Ann, at So Easy Sewing, 200 East College Boulevard in Roswell, and let me show you why it pays to shop local. So Easy Sewing. You've never had it so easy.
Here's a Mornings with Mike Winters fun fact. Due to extreme pressure and weather conditions, it literally rains diamonds on Neptune and Uranus. Stop snickering because I said Uranus. Here's Mike Winters.
And good morning. It is 14 minutes after 9 o'clock, and the Health Council back with us because we're a week away. We're a week away from the big Health Expo, which is coming up here on the 6th of August at all of it. Every single, 99.9% of it is right there at the Roswell Convention and Civic Center. If you get out early to run with the Boys and Girls Club, you do go.
You do drift a little bit.
Yes.
But you come back. And then you come back.
Yeah. But we're at the point now where it's just everyone mark it on your calendars. We want to make sure you come out to the event on the 6th. Our sponsors are set. Our vendors, clients are set. The event's set. They got to go in and move into the space and do all that, which they'll do probably the 5th or so.
Oh, yeah.
But other than that, we're just waiting for the event to happen now, right?
Yep, we're trying to get people to sign up early for the run and for mammograms.
Yes. Not at the same time.
I would hope not. No, the mammograms start after the run.
I know it's
go do the run and then you get a mammogram.
I know it's a mobile mammogram trailer, but it's not that mobile.
Definitely not.
Just want to clear that. But let's talk about the fun run. Give folks a little bit of details about that. There's still time to sign up.
Definitely still time to sign up. There's no guarantee on your shirt size at this point.
Yeah.
Because we got to get that order in. But beyond that, seriously, sign up. You can sign up either on Facebook through the Boys and Girls Club or on our websites.
And every dime that for the fun run, so when you pay your registration fee, all of that goes into the programs and money raised for Boys and Girls Club. So when you're signing up to be in the fun run and you're wearing your best 80s costume and doing your run thing, you're supporting Boys and Girls Club.
Correct.
And getting ready, helping them for the fall programs. Making sure all that stuff. So, and here's the beauty of it, right? Is it's a fun run. I want to stress that part.
Yeah, you don't have to be serious about this. You don't have to run. You just have fun.
Just participate. Come out, be active. That's the thing. Is we want to encourage people to be active and be physical. A lot of us aren't built to be just coming out and running marathons. That's just we tend to not treat ourselves that way.
No.
But this is you can come out. It's 5K of you could propel yourself. As long as it's human powered, I think that would be the only rule. You can't no motors. That's completely cheating. But if you're on a bike or a skateboard or because those are motored. So I was going to say one of our new scooters downtown, but those are motored. cheater, pumpkin. You can't do that. But rollerblades or skates or whatever you use to propel yourself, your feet.
Yeah.
If
Our last fun run, we had people on roller skates, on scooters, bikes.
Yeah.
And then we had strollers.
As long as it's human propelled.
That's right.
Because I know if I say self-propelled, someone's going to get ingenuitive and have like a chariot of dogs moving them around or something.
Well, that might be fun to see.
It would be fun to see, but it's just for your exercise, not your dog. But if you can make that 80s themed, I'd take a look. If you could get an 80s themed chariot, something or another going on.
Really cool.
I don't know. You know what? I got it.
Oh, no.
I got it. Back to the Future. The Western one.
I love it.
You put the DeLorean and you got a slew of horses trying to get it up to 88 miles an hour on the train track. Yeah.
Yep.
There's your 80s theme.
There you go.
But it is an 80s theme for this.
Yes.
We want to encourage and hope everyone comes out dressed in their favorite 80s themed genre or whatever. Just whether you want to go generic and go with like jams or depending on the era of 80s. Because I mean, by the time what you're wearing in 1980 versus 89 was a little different. It was a little more bell-bottomy 70ish at the beginning, but by 89 and going into the 90s, we were wearing so many fluorescent colors and jams and culottes and neon, what have yous, and all that stuff. So if you want to look, I mean, you could either go your flash dance route with the leg warmers and the tights and keep dumping water in yourself. That might be a good idea. Or go pick your favorite TV show or cartoon or whatever you love the most from the 80s. And even if you're not living in the 80s or lived to the 80s, I'm sure you got some family members that can help you.
Google.
Well, I was going to say, Google. You could just Google 80s and they'll give you a plethora of options to choose from.
It's like when we were kids, like they were all into 50s stuff and stuff because that was kind of our parents' route. Right. Now we're all, adults are 80s kids, so we're all nostalgic about stuff like that. But please sign up for the run, come participate, and then right afterwards, make your way on over to the convention center. Well, actually, you'll be there already because that's kind of where the run goes. Yeah. Make your way inside, cool off a little bit, and check out many of the vendor booths. Now, the other thing you need to pre-register for if you want to sign up for it is the mammograms. They're going to have the mobile mammogram trailer or whatever that bus or whatever it is that comes in, and you can get your mammograms taken care of.
Yeah, especially if you have insurance, it's easier to sign up, and then you have a designated appointment time.
Okay.
They do walk-ins for first come, first serve type thing, and they're going to be there a little longer. So they're going to be there from 8 to 5.
Oh, good. So they'll be there all day.
Yeah. Yeah, they're going to do an all-day thing there. And
so if you want the fun stuff, you got to get scheduled before noon. But if you're there about all business, you can go till 5.
Yeah, and if you're needing to have your mammogram paid for by the funding that we got from United Way, it is a first come, first serve. So you're best off getting there earlier.
Okay. So be there before 8 in line to get registered there. Like I said, there'll be people, like everything's kind of getting underway at 8, but there'll be people running around setting up, like literally running around during the fun run. and out there, so you can talk to them about getting registered and getting up to date on all that too. Is there going to be some offering, some of the vendors offering like your glucose testing and all that kind of stuff, or blood sugars and lab work type things? Remember, if you do sign up or wish to do those things, fast before you come. Otherwise, it's a waste of time.
That's why we start early in the morning. Is for those type of screenings.
So if you wanted to do some of those, make sure you do your homework and fast. And usually each doctor's a little different, but usually it's no eating or drinking after midnight is kind of the standard fare on that stuff. So, but either way, those will be available. And of course, if you're looking for healthcare providers, if you're looking for back to school information or free giveaways and things, all of that will be a part of this year's health fair, like it was back before COVID and everything.
Yeah, we're going to be giving away over 250 backpacks, and those are also a first come, first serve, and you have to have your kid there.
Yes, kid must be present to claim.
10 kids at home. Well, okay, go home and get your 10 kids and bring them.
And the backpacks do have basic school supplies.
Yeah, they got the stuff they need to get them started here when they go back to school in a couple weeks. In a couple of weeks, hard to believe, but yeah.
Well, by that point, Roswell schools have been already started.
Yeah,
By
that's
the time
true.
the expo comes around, they'll already be a couple days in.
My wife is already back working and setting up classroom and doing all the things that teachers do when they get ready for school in the fall here. So, but please, August 6th, not this Saturday, but next Saturday.
Yes.
Everything gets underway at 8. Well, really earlier with the fun run at 7. But what time do they need to meet for registration? And everything?
6:30 is starting registration.
Okay, so beginning at 6:30. If you haven't, if you register early, but then you get there between 6:30 and 7, get your number and get all the T-shirt. If you get you get your shirts, and for those that have those coming and all that, you'll get that out now. And then your last minute tucks and sewing or whatever you got to do in your costume there to get it ready for the run.
Yeah.
And good news is we had a lot of spandex in the 80s.
Oh, Lord.
So knock yourself out. Just saying.
Yep.
We did. Depends too on parts of 80s, because some went baggy clothes, some went a little skin tight. There's this part in the 80s where we wore leather parachute pants. Do not recommend that costume for your fun run in Roswell, New Mexico during August.
You might die in the 150 degree weather.
You might get to meet our first responders if you do that. Not to mention lose friends quickly when they catch your gaminess as you move around in your leather pants.
Oh, Lord.
Just the thing. But folks, put it on your calendars, August 6th, 8 to noon at the Convention and Civic Center. There's going to be food vendors. There's going to be lots of fun stuff. But on top of all that excellent information, meet a lot of our healthcare partners and stuff in this area, even non-healthcare. I mean, we always talk, it's all health and wellness related, but not all of it's doctors and things. Some of it's, healthy living type stuff and various, because really the health fair covers everything from your Western medicine to more your what you do in hospitals and everything in between. So it's all's on the table at the health fair here. So come learn about stuff. And like you said, if you want to sign up for the mammograms, you probably need to get that done this week. Get that signed up.
You can find all the information on our Facebook page.
Good deal. And then, of course, you got they'll be taking, I'm guessing, people right up to the last minute for the fun run. So you can roll in Saturday morning, 6:30, and say, I didn't register, but I want it. Now, you might probably get a T-shirt, but you get to participate.
Yeah, and you may get a small T-shirt.
You could. You could. Maybe
box that sucker.
Yeah, or just turn it into a halvesy shirt or something.
Exactly.
Show people the tickets to the gun show. Give them some tickets. If anybody has any questions about or anything regarding the health fair, I suggest you check out Facebook. That's probably the quickest, easiest way. The Chaves County Health Council has a Facebook page that's got all the information about this year's health fair, any questions you may have. And, of course, you can shoot a message through that as well. Of course, you can learn more about the fun run there, too. But I imagine if you go to the Boys and Girls Club Facebook page, they probably got a bunch of stuff on the fun run. So if you type like Roswell Boys and Girls Club or Southeast New Mexico Boys and Girls, any of these will
Boys and Girls Club of Chavez.
Any of these will get you in that area here. Then you can like and follow and all that. Of course, if folks, parents want to learn more about back to school opportunities here with Boys and Girls Club, now's that time to be talking to you as well too.
Yep.
Shoot a message through the Facebook page or come by the Boys and Girls Club office there. What's the actual physical address that I know where it's at?
201 South Garden Avenue.
Yeah, I would never remember the number, but it's 201 South Garden there. Come, depending on the time of day you come in there, but you can get a tour and meet the staff and see what the programs are, and then learn about depending on where your kid goes to school, about transportation and how all of that happens. But definitely talk to them about that, and they can give you opportunities for, because what they do over at Boys and Girls Club is so great, because they work with these kids from super, elementary age up through high school age, and they all gain from that program. Where the little ones, it's a little bit more adult driven, things like that. But as they get a little older, they kind of invest in the program and create their own curriculum and create, supervised by adults, of course. But they kind of learn leadership skills and learn some of those things that we as adults need when we transition to adults.
They may have an adult program.
Yeah, that's what you need. I mean, Roswell Adults and Men and Women Club. Do we have one of those? And they teach us things we already should know. I kind of like that. But definitely research more on that. And of course, I know you guys are always looking for volunteers and stuff too. If you have activities, skills, things that you want to share with the kids, they're always looking for opportunities like that. Maybe you're an avid stamp collector, something like that. I mean, if you have a hobby that you're into and you think the kids might, go reach out, talk to them, and you never know. Next thing you know, you might spend once a week going out there teaching fly fishing or something. You don't know. It's just they're always looking for those kind of input and community input too. Yeah. So, what's the phone number over at the Boys and Girls Club if anybody had any questions?
I think it's 550-5001.
Okay,
I believe is what it is. It's one of those numbers where I switch them up a couple
and
times.
Then Google will help you if you can't remember anything. Yeah. So, good deal. Is there any other information we missed on Health Fair or Boys and Girls Club? Anything?
No, we just want people to come out. We wanted this to be a success and have the whole community come out.
Yeah, come out and be a part.
Yeah.
August 6th.
Make it worth your while.
August 6th, it's completely free event. Sign up, like I said, if you want to participate in the fun run, or if you want to schedule a mammogram through the roving mammogram, studio is not the right word, I want to say. Mobile office, maybe that's the better word to use. But sign up now, and you'll find links then again at the Health Council's Facebook page there. So good deal. Well, thank you guys. As always, appreciate the visit, and we'll see you next week. And
yes, sir.
We'll see how I love seeing the progression. They were fresh. Now they're getting a little more tired, a little more tired. And but by next week they're gonna be really drippy eyed.
Oh
yeah. So we'll see you guys next time. Thank you. All right, it is 9.
From the Pecos Valley Newsroom, I'm Jared Cirillo. It's fair time in New Mexico. The Lee County Fair runs July 29th through August 6th this year. As a reminder, there is some construction that you'll have to dodge on New Mexico 83, which is Avenue D, and Commercial. Only one-lane traffic will be available temporarily in the southbound lanes during the Lee County Fair. That portion of the work zone will be on a partial suspension, however, to minimize the traffic congestion with cooperation from the City of Lovington and Lee County. Meanwhile, the Eddy County Fair is starting today, running all this week. The parade is at 4 o'clock today. You can visit the many fair exhibits throughout the rest of the week. One big event, again, is the 23rd Annual Chili Cook-Off on Saturday. Aaron Watson headlines the closing night concert Friday night, with tickets available for $15 online at eddy.fairwire.com. You're up to date. I'm Jared Cirillo.
Here's a Mornings with Mike Winters fun fact. The catfish has over 27,000 taste buds. Do you think they prefer fried or blackened? Here's Mike Winters.
I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton with your Pecos Valley weather. Just enough moist air seeping into eastern New Mexico for an isolated afternoon shower or thunderstorm today. Otherwise, we'll be getting sunshine. It stays hot with our high around 100. A few clouds for the overnight hours and mid-70s, and then an afternoon shower or thunderstorm possible again on Wednesday. It stays hot with upper 90s to around 100. Latest forecast.
With the Wall Street Business Report, I'm Bill Alexander. Walmart has lowered its profit outlook for the second quarter and the full year, saying rising prices on food and gas are forcing shoppers to cut back on discretionary items. Walmart is stepping up discounts on general merchandise items like home furnishings and electronics to move inventory. a former U.S. Congressman from Indiana, Stephen Beyer, technology company executives, a man training to be an FBI agent, and an investment banker were among 9 people charged in 4 separate and unrelated insider trading schemes revealed on Monday with the unsealing of indictments in New York City. It was one of the most significant attacks by law enforcement on insider trading in a decade. German business confidence has fallen more than expected this month, hitting a 2-year low amid worries about higher energy prices and the prospect of a possible natural gas shortage. That's according to an international survey. For the Wall Street Business Report, I'm Bill Alexander in Washington.
There's nothing like the rich look and luxurious feel of real leather. Glenn's Furniture has a special inventory of high-quality leather furniture in dozens of beautiful colors. Power reclining sofas, love seats, and recliners in a variety of styles, all covered in soft, durable leather that would look fabulous in your home. Visit Glenn's Furniture at the corner of Union and Alameda and upgrade to leather today. Glenn's, making homes beautiful since 1953.
There's a whole universe out there. Come explore at the International UFO Museum and Research Center, featuring engaging exhibits, astounding sights, and in-depth first-hand accounts of the incident that put Roswell on the map. The research library features the most comprehensive collection of UFO research materials in the world, and you can get exclusive one-of-a-kind gifts and merchandise at the gift shop or online at RoswellUFOmuseum.com. Open daily from 9 to 5 in downtown Roswell. Visit the International UFO Museum and Research Center. It's otherworldly.
One of the best things about summertime in New Mexico is all the great places to go and neat things to do. Camping in the mountains, swimming at the lake, exploring the caverns, and so much more. And what makes all this fun and adventure possible is a dependable car or truck that fits your family and hauls your toys. That's just what you'll find at Roswell Ford. Here at the Tailgate Nation, we have the best selection of nearly new cars, trucks, and SUVs in southeastern New Mexico. They've all survived a rigorous 139-point inspection, and Roswell Ford gives you a 3-day money-back guarantee to make sure you're happy. You know Roswell Ford is always looking for gently used cars and trucks. If you have one you want to sell, we'll make you a cash offer on the spot and give you a week to think about it. This summer isn't going to last forever, so make the most of it with an upgraded ride from your friends at the Tailgate Nation. Roswell Ford at the corner of 9th and Main, the official sponsor of Summer Fun.
Sure, you can inspect your own roof, get out that rickety ladder, crawl around up there and try to spot the problem until... Or you can call the experts at Do Right Roofing. Do Right Roofing has quality products for any type of roof. They can even install seamless gutters. Do Right Roofing will inspect your roof and give you a free estimate fast. Keep your feet on the ground. Call Do Right Roofing today.
575-623-2273. Let Do Right do your roof right.
Find them fast in names and numbers. If you need a Kubota that works and plays hard, stop looking. You'll find everything you need at Amigo Machinery. When it comes to tough Kubota tractors, mowers, construction equipment, and utility vehicles, all with low-rate financing, Amigo Machinery is your one-stop shop. We are passionately committed to providing our customers with the highest quality products, most innovative solutions, and services delivered with integrity and professionalism. Stop by Amigo Machinery in Roswell or see us online at amigo-machinery.com.
Make your home a smart home with smart home Wi-Fi from Plateau. Now you can connect more devices to fast, reliable Wi-Fi throughout your home. That means faster speeds with no downtime or lag. Enhance your connection, expand your reach, and experience whole home device control and protection with Plateau. Plateau offers true fiber with options starting as low as $60 a month, all with no caps and no hidden fees. Call today, 575-755-1000, or stop by 1001 South Main in Roswell. Get smart home Wi-Fi today from Plateau. Tried, true, trusted.
Pressure Services LLC in Artesia has immediate openings for experienced vacuum truck, kill truck, and hydrovac operators. Operators must hold a Class A CDL or Class D CDL, at least 2 years of experience, and be at least 25 years of age. All positions require a clean driving record and must be able to pass a DOT drug and alcohol screen. Pressure Services offers great pay with IRA benefits and employer contributions toward health benefits. Please apply in person at 402 West Main in Artesia, inside the Age Safety Facility. Equal Opportunity Employer.
Here's a Mornings with Mike Winters fun fact. Men are 6 times more likely to be struck by lightning than women. That's because men are 6 times more likely to wear a tinfoil hat in a thunderstorm. Here's Mike Winters.
And good morning. It is 8:47. Stay tuned next hour. About 9:15 or so, we're going to be joined by some folks from the Roswell Community Little Theater. And their next event coming up here will be happening on the 6th of August. It's their event called 100 Years of Hollywood Glamour, Curtains Rising. And the event will be Saturday, August 6th. And it's going to be at 5:45 p.m., and it's going to be at the Clarion Inn and Suites here in Roswell. The event is, and they'll talk way more about it, but in a nutshell, you dress up as your favorite era of Hollywood glamour, and then you enjoy cash bars. You mingle with characters from the show The Death of Dr. Pepper. While the mystery unfolds, enjoy a seated meal catered by Pepper's Grill and Bar. Think you know who did it? Play detective and cast your vote of who done it for a chance to win 4 tickets to an upcoming production of your choice, excluding their special events. The event is not over yet. You can dance until your heart is content to the musical stylings of this year's Battle of the Bands runner-up, the Brian Crawford Band. There's also going to be a silent auction. So it's a fun night of dressing up and dinner and a little whodunit, some dancing. And, of course, they'll have the silent auction as well. Cost is $65 per person or a table of 8 for $700. And that way you can get that to ensure your party is seated together. And then the deadline to RSVP is August 1st. But we're going to be talking about that event with the Communal Theater next hour. So tune in for that. Should be a lot of fun. Sounds like a lot of fun, that event there. Good time to be had by all. Earlier in the show, last hour, we replayed our interview with Kent McInnes from Lincoln, talking about the Last Escape of Billy Kid pageant and Old Lincoln Days, which is actually back once again August 5th, 6th, and 7th in beautiful Lincoln, New Mexico. It's going to be 3 nights of the performance, like always. Friday night at 8:30 p.m., Saturday night at 8:30 p.m., and Sunday afternoon at 3 p.m. That's the actual pageant, the Last Escape of Billy Kid pageant, the performances times there at the pageant grounds, which are located right next to the courthouse there in Lincoln. Each night they're having a concert leading up, so when you get your ticket for the Last Escape is also your ticket for the concert, too. So, and Friday night, they got a big one. They got great entertainment Saturday night and Sunday afternoon, too. But Michael Mark Murphy is going to be their concert performer for Friday night. Concert starts at 7, and then the Last Escape pageant starts at 8:30. Tickets are available at the door. Just get them there in Lincoln. Their adults are $10. That's adults 13 and older, $10. Children 6 through 12 are $6, and children 5 and under are free. Then they have the concert at 7 p.m. Friday night, Saturday night. Friday night will be Michael Martin Murphy. I don't have. Let's see. Do I have the Saturday night concert? Yeah, it just says concert. Doesn't say on my list here who's playing, but they got some great groups playing there. And then they also have. The concert on Sunday will be at 1 o'clock. The pre-concert Sunday, and then at 3 will be the performance, the final performance of Last Escape of Billy the Kid. If you've never been to Old Lincoln Days, when this event takes place, it's really cool. I love it. It's one of my favorite things is to go out and see the village of Lincoln and see all that history, and then you get a chance to see the pageant with the reenactors. And if you listen to our interview with Kent, that thing's as historic as the events they're talking about in the pageant. It's just good. I love it. It's a lot of chances to come, and they have a lot of demonstrations up and down the street there during the festival, like blacksmithing and chuck wagoning and all that kind of stuff. Plus, just shopping and vendors, and there's so much to see and do. It's a lot, and I suggest you make a weekend of it, and spend time there in Lincoln one of the days, and then go on out to Fort Stanton. And because you actually, when you're in Lincoln, if you've never been before, the National Park Service runs the courthouse, which is where, the Last Escape, all that where the courthouse, that building is under the National Park Service, and they run it. They also have the visitor center at the other end of town, which is within walking distance because it's Lincoln. It's not that big. And the National Park Service, so you can get tickets at either one of those locations for Lincoln to go see the courthouse, the visitor center, and everything else. But They also do a package deal, which I highly recommend if you got the time, is where you can, for a discounted price, you get admittance into all the stuff at Lincoln, and then you take it over to Fort Stanton there. It's about a 10-minute drive from Lincoln there. It's really close. And 10 minutes, 10 minutes is probably about right. And then you can go and tour all of Fort Stanton, which has got a bunch of cool stuff too. And that's kind of a little forgotten a little bit because, people that drive by it, you drive through and you may drive by the cemetery there and you might see Fort Stanton from a distance and see some of the old barracks and some of that stuff as you drive on through there to head on to Alto or wherever you're going. But, if you ever get a chance, stop there and go. They have an amazing museum that talks all about the history of the fort and talking about the Fort Stanton Cave, which they have one there. It's not really one that's like Carlsbad Caverns and all that, but they have a huge, long, and it's a very big, long cave. It's not, it's not like big and cavernous like Carlsbad Caverns is, but it's very long. And so they talk a lot about the history of that cave. They talk a lot about the history of that fort from its, Civil War days up until, World War I days and the German POWs that spent time there and created a lot of projects in that area. There's a lot of cool blackjack Pershing history, saddles and things like that. If you love old military saddles and stuff, I think they got one of Blackjack Pershing saddles in there because I think he spent time at Fort Stanton at some point or another. There's some really great history that's all part of that fort. So Lincoln is cool, and check all of that out. But if you got time, carve out some time to go over to Fort Stanton and check that out too. To be honest, I've only dwelled through it once, really, where I've gotten to go through the museum. And to be honest, I wanted to go through more of the quartermaster buildings and all that, but a storm started brewing, so everyone wanted to get out of Dodge, so I didn't get to see it as much as I wanted the last time I was there. So I've got another trip planned back there to go and walk through the different quartermasters and quarters and the different buildings, because some of the buildings there are even though they're not open to the public, like you can't go in them, they're still historic buildings. Like this was like the infirmary for this during this time, or this was, there's so much stuff that went on at that fort. Like during the Civil War, it changed hands twice. It was initially a Union fort, and then during the Civil War, when they're moving troops and everything, they abandoned the fort. And then the Confederates moved in and owned it for a little bit, and then they moved out because I think, that part of the war just wasn't, it wasn't as what's going on back east. So, it changed hands a couple times, and then of course its service as a fort after the Civil War, and really up until World War I, they were using that thing. So it's a cool fort. So just check it out if you get a chance. But anyway, mark August 5th, 6th, and 7th on your calendars for the Last Escape of Billy Kid, the pageant, all of that. It's going to be a lot of fun. Another fun event I want to put on your radar here is the Historical Society for Southeast New Mexico has got their big fundraising event coming up August 25th. It's a trip down memory lane drive-through fundraising event. They're celebrating the past 40 years of Heritage Dinner recipients. The Historical Society each year have, especially during COVID, it was a standard thing when they have the Heritage Dinner, and they honor either an individual or an organization or a company or a team, and that's made a significant impact on Southeast New Mexico, and they have a big dinner, and they learn the history of this person and all that. But COVID kind of turned it, we had the COVID year, and that kind of canceled the in-person, but they turned it into a drive-through event where you go and drop off tickets, and you get to participate in some online stuff, and then go to Pepper's and get delicious food, and then take it home and eat it. And people said, you know what, I like this. This is fun. So they've been doing some other fundraisers through the Historical Society like this. And August 25th is their next one. And they're, like I said, it's going to be Thursday, August 25th. The event is a drive-through only. What you're going to do is you purchase your ticket, RSVP, purchase your tickets, but you can do so right now by calling the Historical Society, 575-622-8333, or go to their website, roswellnmhistory.org, and check it out. Also, you can call or shoot an email to Amy at historydirector@outlook.com. But cost is $100 and for a box, and that serves meal for two. That includes, when I'll tell you what the menu is here in a minute, it serves a meal for two. And then we have the dinner bundle available for $500, which is actually serves 10 people. And it also comes with some extra stuff. You get a special bag with some sweet swag, a centerpiece, and they deliver too. They'll deliver locally. And they'll even deliver to, by box. So, if you get 5 boxes basically when you get it. So if you want to take a box to one place and another box to another one, they will do all of that. So if you want to say you're a business or an organization and you want to thank your volunteers or your employees for doing this, and you buy a bundle, and then you can have meals delivered to them. It's a really great idea. Now, if you're like, all right, well, tell me what we're eating. Peppers, once again, will be the food preparers, as they do each and every time, making delicious food. And the menu for this year's this event here on the 25th is beef entree, which includes braised beef tips, also a chicken entree, which is spinach and artichoke grilled chicken. And both meals are served with red new mashed potatoes, summer squash medley, rolls and butter. Plus, you get a shrimp appetizer for 2 and dessert for 2 as well. Again, to RSVP, deadline to RSVP is August 8th. And I know they float that deadline around, but they really, really, really want to get these numbers in to the folks at Pepper. So they got time to, in the COVID world, getting everything lined up, making sure they have enough trays, and, it's not even just meat and vegetables, and make sure they have enough it's make sure they have enough containers and bags and things that we didn't think much about pre-COVID, but now it counts and everything. But if you're interested, again, go to roswellnmhistory.org, call 622-8333, or email historydirector@outlook.com. All right, we'll be back on the other side of news. Don't go away.
The great one, Mark Levin, is now in Roswell on 106.5 KEND Roswell.
This hour from townhall.com. I'm Rich Thomason. Fire and flood, 2 extremes endangering lives and property in the St. Louis area. Record overnight rain spawning dangerous flash flooding that has trapped people and vehicles and homes. There have been numerous high water rescues, and some interstates are closed. In California, near Yosemite National Park, the Oak Fire has burned more than 17,000 acres, with more than 50 structures destroyed. That blaze is now 16% contained, so firefighters are making some progress there. There's no relief from the heat in the Pacific Northwest, at least not yet.
Temperatures in Portland, Oregon could top 100 degrees today. That would make it the hottest day of a week-long heat wave for the region. Forecasters have issued an excessive heat warning for parts of Oregon and Washington state. Seattle could hit the 90s, and in eastern parts of Oregon and Washington, 110 degrees.
Correspondent Donna Waters says that relief from the heat is on the way for the Northeast, where temperatures around 100 were not uncommon in the past few days. American freedom is under attack. The words of former Vice President Pence addressing the Young America's Foundation in D.C. this morning.
The ruling elites here in Washington and all across this country had never been more out of touch with the values of everyday Americans, but never more intent on imposing their agenda on each and every one of us.
Later today, the America First Policy Institute will hear from former President Trump. He'll be back in Washington for the first time since leaving office. The Biden administration trying to redefine the term recession ahead of Thursday's release of the updated gross domestic product. Second quarter GDP figures could show that the country is indeed in a recession. More on these stories at townhall.com.
If you were lied to when buying a timeshare and worn out, you need my help. Hi, I'm Chuck McDowell, CEO and founder of Wesley Financial Group. 10 years ago, I started the timeshare cancellation industry by exposing the ugly truth about timeshare and giving folks the straight facts. I've been fighting the timeshare giants ever since, so no one knows this industry better than me and my team. Today, we have 383 employees and have saved our clients an average of $65,000 in lifetime payments. Imagine putting those timeshare dollars back in your pocket. If you were told at a timeshare presentation that this was available today and today only, that timeshare was a great investment or your maintenance fees will never go up, call my office now. I guarantee if we take you as a client, We will cancel your timeshare or you'll pay nothing.
Call now for your free information kit. 800-881-4242. 800-881-4242. 800-881-4242.
Micronesia's first outbreak of COVID has grown to more than 1,000 cases in a week. That's causing alarm in the Pacific Island nation.
Health officials say cases have been rapidly increasing. There were 140 on Monday, bringing the total to over 1,200, a figure which includes some cases caught at the border before the outbreak. Officials say 8 people have been hospitalized and 1 older man has died. Last week, Micronesia likely became the final nation in the world with a population of more than 100,000 to experience an outbreak of the disease, after avoiding it for 2.5 years, thanks to its geographic isolation and border controls. I'm Charles de Ledesma.
International outrage over Myanmar's execution of 4 political prisoners has intensified, with grassroots protests and strong condemnation from world governments. News and analysis at townhall.com. Senator Joe Manchin continuing his recovery from COVID-19.
Manchin tweets he'll be following CDC guidelines, and for now that means working remotely. It also means the West Virginia Democrat will not be on hand for this week's expected final vote on a bill to expand U.S. production of semiconductors. Debate is still heated over the size and focus of that bill. The 74-year-old Manchin notes in his tweet he's been fully vaccinated and boosted against COVID-19. Bob Agnew reporting.
President Biden hopes to end his COVID isolation in the coming days. The president says that most of his COVID symptoms are gone, even though his voice is a bit raspy. He's eager to end his isolation in the White House residence. He says also that all of his medical tests indicate his vital signs are normal, or as he puts it, on the button. Once again on Wall Street this hour, the Dow down 74 points. More on these stories at townhall.com.
What in the wide, wide world of sports is going on here?
I promise you, whatever scum did this, not one man on this force will rest for 1 minute until he's behind bars. Now let's grab a bite to eat. Yeah, come on.
I feel the hot wind on my shoulder and the touch of a world that is older. I hit the switch and check the number. I leave it on and then I slumber. I hear the rhythm ringing through it. Flamenco guitar and cumbia music. I hear the talking of the DJ. The devil listen, what does he say? I'm on a Mexican radio. I'm on a Mexican radio.
Broadcasting live from high atop the J.P. White Building in downtown Roswell, New Mexico. It's Mornings with Mike Winters on 106.5 Roswell's Talk FM.
Is that what I sound like when I talk?
Now, here's your host, Mike Winters.
And good morning. It is 6 minutes after 9 o'clock. Welcome to hour number 3. Mornings with Mike Winters, right here on 106.5 Roswell's Talk FM. Happy Tuesday to you. Hope you're having a delightful Tuesday so far.
Yes.
Got a little rain last night. Got not much chance of it today, but tomorrow back into the monsoon pattern there. So
not me very much.
You guys didn't get much on the south end compared to last night.
Yeah, I live over at the base, and it just sprinkled over there.
Okay. Yeah, we got a full-on rain shower last night. It was hard enough to pour, and I don't know how long it lasted. I remember hearing rain about 9:45-ish. I think I was passed out by like a little after 10, and it was still raining when I passed out. So.
Okay. But you know what? It's fine, because on Thursday night, the base down south got a shower when everyone else didn't.
Yeah.
So it balances out.
There you go. Well, and of course the south end, it's like, it's just the way that is. You get any kind of rain down there, and you got to worry about flooding. So
yeah,
it's one of those things. Hopefully that wasn't an issue for nobody last night.
Yeah, no.
It was nice to get the moisture.
Not a lot of care taken down south. A lot of the drain pipes are kind of
and I think it's just
leaves and stuff.
Maybe it's just lower at that end too.
Yeah.
I don't know the elevation, but I think it's just lower at the south end of town, and
a lot of downhill streets.
It runs downhill. That's just nature. You just got to divert it. And they just handle irrigation and drainage different here than they do back east because you get so much more rain back east. You have things like drainage systems, gutters, and underwater sewage. We're here. It's just we just steer it to a pond somewhere, or we steer it someplace out of the way is basically what they do here. And back east, it goes underground. It goes,
I will give Jennings this. There's been a lot more work done on the south end of town now that he was mayor.
Good.
Of
course, I would argue that those projects were probably already in place prior to him taking over, but they just don't show up overnight and say we're going to start doing stuff. So.
Yeah, who knows?
Yeah.
It's but there's grassy areas that are now green again.
Yeah. Because whatever work you're seeing right now was done previously. Like the stuff they're deciding now is going to be for the next cycle here. So
but they were it wasn't green. It hasn't been green for years, for 4 years or so.
Yeah.
And so it's unfortunate.
Yeah. Life is life.
But that's the south end of town.
And then people, if you like something nice, you got to roll up your sleeves and do it yourself sometimes. That's just the way things happen.
Right.
But anyway, it was nice to get the rain.
That's more of a public grass area. I don't know how to explain it. It's
is it city property or is it?
Yeah.
And lines blur and get muddy down at the south end. What's county property, what's city. Like if you get to the base, that's city once you're there. But and the highway to get to the base is city. But a lot of that property on either side of the highway between that kind of no man's area, once Roswell kind of you know what I'm saying?
You don't know whether it's
all county property. That's county property. It's under different rules and different jurisdictions. So it gets the lines blur a little bit down at the south end there. So
yeah, you don't really know if it's the universities or the towns or
the county
or the county.
and that was kind of one of the things I had with it was one of the county commission races, and it was kind of and someone that was running for county commissioner, and they were kind of explaining how they wanted to fix street lights and all this stuff, and I'm like, that's wonderful, but that's not a county thing, what you're talking about. That's a city thing. But, and so some people don't delineate those differences there. So, but anyway, go talk to your city councilors and county commissioners. They'd be happy to help you out with all that stuff. Here's what we have on tap for this hour of the show. We'll get you up to date with the weather here in just a few minutes. And then joining us in studio will be Luis Montague and Fiona Anderson with the Roswell Community Little Theater. Oh, Deona. I thought you said Fiona. My apologies.
No, sorry.
Deona Anderson. My apologies. Will be joining us from the Roswell Community Little Theater. And they've got an event coming up August 6th. It's called 100 Years of Hollywood Glamour, Curtains Rising. And it's going to be a fun night of dinner and dancing and whodunits. And it is a fundraising event for the Roswell Community Little Theater. So these two ladies will give us all the info about that here in just a few minutes.
Yes.
Later on, we'll get you up to date with news of the local variety, along with your Wall Street Town Hall business update, and along with your Sean Hannity update and whatever else we can conjure up for this hour of the show.
Y'all were talking about Stranger Things for a while now.
Yeah.
And y'all really make me want to watch that show.
Have you not seen it?
I've only seen the first episode or first one or two episodes.
Yeah, once you get past, I'm not going to lie.
Yeah.
It took me a while to get past the first couple episodes of that show because it's kind of slow and it's more dark, mysterious. But once they start meeting the kids and getting all into that, then it got interesting for me.
Yeah.
So once you bust through that barrier of that stuff, then it gets
you said it was cheesy, and that's what I thought too. It's it's like it's trying way too hard to be like an 80s thing.
Exactly. That's by design, I think. And I kind of dig it. Yeah, it's kind of neat for me, but
like those movies, they were just naturally looked that way.
Yeah.
But now it's kind of like by design, like you said.
And I'm not going to lie, they do a pretty good job. Especially like I said, I'm on season 3 now.
Yeah.
And so I'll start season 4. I finished season 3. And they spend a lot of time at a mall in season 3. And
remember those?
Well, that's just it. I felt like I stepped right back to my childhood because all the stuff they're doing at the mall, the way they're acting at the mall, the way they're looking at the mall, the way they're, that was me.
Yeah.
Hanging out at the mall, looking at girls, hanging out the game place or the various cool places to, cool in my head, the CD store or the game store or the.
Yeah, I had that for like a decade of my life, and then now they're all abandoned.
Yeah,
so.
mall rats. Being a mall rat. That was, my teenage years. We did a lot of that stuff as a kid, So I related to it.
So I want to watch that and maybe Game of Thrones.
So I'm going to start season 4 here pretty quick, next day or so here, and get onto that and finish it out. So it is 13 minutes after 9 o'clock. Let's go ahead and get you up to date on the weather.
I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton with your Pecos Valley weather. Just enough moist air seeping into eastern New Mexico for an isolated afternoon shower or thunderstorm today. Otherwise, we'll be getting sunshine. It stays hot with our high around 100. A few clouds for the overnight hours and mid-70s, and then an afternoon shower or thunderstorm possible again on Wednesday. It stays hot with upper 90s to around 100 on our highs. I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton, and that's your latest forecast.
Thank you, Steve. Currently 80 degrees here in Roswell. Humidity is at 58%. Winds are calm at the moment. Today, sunny, hot, highs right around 100. Atypical Roswell weather right now. Winds will be out of the south, 5 to 15 miles per hour. Partly cloudy tonight with an overnight low of 73 and south winds 10 to 15 miles per hour. Wednesday, sunny, highs once again right around 100. Winds will be out of the southeast, 5 to 10. Tomorrow night, back to the monsoon stuff, a 30% chance of showers and thunderstorms. Partly cloudy, overnight low of 73. Thursday, we're looking at a 30% chance of rain for the afternoon. Otherwise, sunny and hot with a high of 98. Chance of rain bumps up to 40% Thursday night. Otherwise, partly cloudy with an overnight low of 72. Friday, looking at a 40% chance of some rain showers early. Sunny otherwise with a high of 94. And then looking at the weekend, 30% chance of rain Saturday with a high of 95 and a 20% chance of rain Sunday with a high of 97. All right, it is 15 minutes after 9 o'clock. We're going to take about a 3.5-minute commercial break, and then we'll talk with the folks from the Roswell Community Little Theater on the other side. Don't go away. You're listening to Mornings with Mike Winters.
Is there anything worse than waking up tired from a sleepless night and walking outside to that 100-degree weather? That burst of heat just makes you feel even more tired. Hi, I'm Dr. Sarah Usher with Carabelli Dental, and we are the experts in sleep apnea oral appliances. We can help you get the quality sleep you've been missing without that bulky face mask. Wake up refreshed and ready to enjoy those big summer plans. Let us help you sleep better and live better.
Come see the team at Carabelli Dental in Roswell or call 622-4455.
Roswell Skin Center, a brand new state-of-the-art facility located in the 400 Penn Plaza building here in Roswell, is now accepting new patients. Dr. Brandon Cometti and his team offer a full range of skin care services, including general dermatology, surgical and cosmetic procedures, including cutting-edge laser rejuvenation, Botox, filler, laser hair removal, chemical peels, and other non-invasive options to improve skin health and turn back the hands of time. Call and schedule your appointment at Roswell Skin Center today. 208-2509. That's 208-2509. The Valley Cafe introduces weekly lunch specials. Whether you like burgers, soups, salads, or sandwiches, the Valley Cafe will satisfy your lunch cravings. This week for lunch, try the Jamwich. Thinly sliced ham, bacon, grilled onions, grilled jalapenos, and Swiss cheese, served on a bolillo bun with jalapeno pineapple jam. Grab and go lunch now at the Valley Cafe, the orange building across from Church on the Move, 801 Brasher in Roswell.
Attention Roswell and surrounding areas. Roswell Nissan announces a special vehicle liquidation event. Newly arriving inventory and an overstock on pre-owned vehicles means Roswell Nissan's got to make room. With huge savings on Frontier, Yukon, Ram, and more. Even some 2021s and 22s. And rock bottom back-to-school savings on Lexus, Chevy, Jeep, and even an Audi A5. If you've been putting it off, now's the time to trade up and save. The vehicle liquidation event on now at Roswell Nissan, 2111 West 2nd.
When you're not feeling well, the last thing you want to worry about is how soon you can get in to see your healthcare provider, or even finding a provider if you don't have one. Well, now you can feel better, knowing that the Loveless Healthcare Center in Roswell offers appointments for when you're not feeling well, or for checkups. annual exams, or any chronic issues that need attention. To schedule an appointment or to find a new healthcare provider, call 575-625-3222 today.
It's the first day of the first grade, and she found a new best friend. It's a laid-back Sunday afternoon you wish would never end.
The homemade taste of Bluebell and good friends gathered round. The good old days are being made right now.
Our Cookie Two-Step Ice Cream is a creamy vanilla ice cream with hints of brown sugar, chunks of chocolate cream-filled cookies, and tasty chocolate chip cookie dough pieces. Cookie Two-Step has everybody's taste buds two-stepping, and 1 and 2.
The good old days are being made right now.
The good old days are being made right now.
Look for Bluebell ice cream at Thriftway Supermarket in Ruidoso and all Farmers Country Markets.
Here's a Mornings with Mike Winters fun fact. You burn more calories sleeping than you do watching television. For the ultimate workout, fall asleep in front of the TV. Here's Mike Winters.
And good morning. It is 19 minutes after 9 o'clock, and joining us in studio this morning from the Roswell Community Little Theater, Louise Montague with us, and Deona, not Fiona Anderson as well. Good morning, guys. How y'all doing today?
Good.
Good. Well, first off, for folks that aren't familiar, the Roswell Community Little Theater, of course, they've been around probably longer most of us have been around here. So they several years ago, quite a several, we'll just say a several. It's been a few more than several. But the Roswell Community Little Theater moved from their long-standing facility there behind Roswell Ford. So if you go there looking for them, you might see the sign on the wall, but that's about all you're going to see. But they moved down to what locals at the time would call the Park Twin Theater, and which is down on the south end over in the Plains Park Shopping Center there. Mm-hmm. Well, it no longer is the Park Twin Theater. They combined forces and are now behind the mall there. So the Community Little Theater took over that space and has called it home for several years now. And here's the crux of the problem. They have a great facility. They've invested. You guys have done so much to convert that from a movie theater to a live theater. And it's a great facility, but it's an old building. It's an old building that's been around as long or longer than many of us have. And like old buildings, it needs, maintenance, roofs, and it's got creaks and things. It's got a lot of cool stuff, but it's an old building. It is what it is. And so the Community Little Theater has been working very hard the last 2 years here to really raise money to try to get this roof fixed and to continue all the programs, the kids' arts programs, all the different parts of the Roswell Community Little Theater. They got to have a roof to keep all that stuff going. So it's a win for you guys. Everyone else out there gets to come and drink and eat and dance and try to figure out who done it. And at the same time, we're raising money for the Roswell Community Little Theater. So that's kind of what we got going on in a nutshell here, right?
Yes, absolutely.
So we want to put this on people's calendars. Join the Roswell Community Little Theater Saturday, August 6th for their next presentation. It's called 100 Years of Hollywood Glamour, Curtains Rising, and it's going to be a fun dinner, theater, mingling and dancing and silent auction, and it's just a fun night where you get to dress up in, well, I guess it's kind of up to you on what direction you take it, and then just have some fun. That's kind of the theme of the night, right?
Yes. It's an audience participation murder mystery.
Yeah. So dinner theater and dancing and everything else. So
yes.
Now I'll let you guys explain the storyline and all that, but basically, and it's going to be off-site. It's not going to be at the Community Little Theater. We're going to get our fancy duds on, our classic fancy duds maybe, and come out to the Clarion Inn and Suites for the event where the Peppers will be doing what they do and serving a delicious meal. And then I'm guessing the cast and crew are probably serving and, their character, or they're just not in this one. This is all just, okay, cool.
It's all Peppers, and they have a cash bar.
Okay.
Also.
All right. So let the food people do the food,
Mm-hmm.
let the acting people do the acting. I like it. What a novel concept. Huh?
Yeah.
I'm sure you guys are thinking. I'm sure you guys are happy because
Yes.
you guys are in it to act, and then you're like, wait a minute, I didn't know I was supposed to be slinging food while I was doing it.
Yeah. I know that sometimes happens. But
It does.
Not this time. So.
Well, that's the beauty of communal theater. You know,
Mhm.
it's everyone does it for the passion and love of theater and doing it, but sometimes that means you got to clean some bathrooms and and serve some sandwiches every once in a while. So
I've been involved with the theater for 22 years, and I dearly love it. And it gives me a chance to play. I'm a kid again.
sure, you get to do things you don't get to do normally. Like
Yes.
you're like, oh, I always want to, like not misbehave or something. I don't want to go rob a bank or nothing. But well, there's we all have our comfort zones of where we live our lives and how we do things, and getting the chance to portray somebody else changes those values for you a little bit. You're no longer the values of you. I'm not Louise no more. I'm the mistress blah 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 in this particular play or whatever. I'm the dark whatever, whatever it is in that particular scene. But that's the cool part about it. But for folks here, I think you're gonna love it. It'd be a great date night deal. You come and you get dinner and bring your significant other, date, whatever, and come out and have some fun. And there'll be it's really kind of encompasses everything. And I'm thinking from a perspective of a guy here. Where a guy, your spouse is always saying, you don't take me anywhere nice. We don't do anything. It's always the same old. And here's a chance for you to go and do like treat your partner to a nice little, a nice dinner, some dancing, a great show. It's gonna be a silent auction. You get to dress up, put on fancy duds if you want. You don't have to go. It's all themed, which we'll let you guys explain all this. But it's really just a fun opportunity for folks to come out and at the same time, you doing all this gets to help the communal theater, put money towards this roof and keep all those plays going and all the programs going that the communal theater does. So that's a good thing.
That pretty much describes it for us. I just wanted to add that we have a deadline of August the 1st.
Yeah, and this is for Peppers. Because I know I do. Matter of fact, Peppers is working with the Historical Society for an event we got later in August.
Yeah.
And in the world we live in now, with supply and demand and COVID and all this stuff, it takes time for the folks at Peppers to not even procure like the meats and the veggies and all that, but like the cutlery, if it's like for us, it's to-go things. So there's to-go tubs and things like that. Things you don't think about as being a problem to get are now a problem to get. So they need a little time. So please, that August 1st is probably a hard deadline. That's we'd love to let you keep ordering up to the 6th, but the 1st, because the folks at Peppers, they got to cut it off. They got to, they got to have time to put it together and serve the meal and all that stuff. So you got a couple more days here to get your RSVP in. What's the best way to do it? Probably through the website, or
yes, go to the website. And,
okay.
That'd be the quickest and easiest way.
Yes, which is Roswell Theater, TheaTre, spelled like live theater, not like movie theater. .org, right?
Yes.
Or is it com? I always forget the orgs or coms. .org, I think. So RoswellTheater.org. If org doesn't get you there, it's .com, but I'm pretty sure it's .org. And or if you don't remember any of that, just Google Roswell Communal Theater and the website will pop right up. Yeah. You also, if you're a Facebook user, the Roswell Communal Theater has a Facebook page, and there's an event page for the when you just Google or Facebook search Roswell Communal Theater, you'll find the page. It'll pop right up. You can like and follow it. And then on the wall itself, you'll find an event page there that's got the link for you to order tickets and everything too. So if you do Facebook, you can do it that way. And we shared if you look at our Talk FM link, we've got a link to the event on that link too. I know that's not confusing, isn't it? But yeah, we've got links for all of that, so it should be pretty easy to find. But so talk about what the performance is and what because there is some audience participation here. We love to come out and enjoy a meal and dance and all that. But but we want you to get involved. So we want you to come dressed up. We want you to come and participate in the play. So tell us the fun side. What's the theme for the night here?
It's to dress up as your favorite holiday glam.
Okay.
So I guess your favorite era of red carpet.
Okay. So whatever it is, if you like the Roaring 20s and that kind of that move, or if you want to go with a more modern thing and some Brad Pitt situation going on there, or some Halle Berry or something like that, or maybe somewhere in the middle. Maybe you're like, no, I grew up watching shows from the 60s. I'm going to dress up like that, the 60s era Hollywood glam, or that, and maybe that's fun of the game is, well, guess what era you are. Is that Roaring 20s? Is that 50s? Is that 80s? What are we looking at here? So come and think of like I think like in my head like Oscars night, where they kind of dress up in their ballroom gowns and things like that. Now, by no means you don't have to bust out your tuxes and stuff like that, but think of it more of as a costume than dressing up. Think of it, you're the actors and everybody, they're going to be playing someone else tonight. You play someone else too. You play a I don't know, a highfalutin couple from the Roaring 20s, and whatever. You have fun with it. That's the whole point. But of course there'll be dinner. What's the menu for dinner that night? Is Pepper, whatever food Peppers does, it's always good. But I didn't know if they teased y'all with the menu yet, or.
Yeah, they did. They give us a choice of chicken au pois or pot roast.
Oh.
And you have, when you buy your ticket, you need to choose one.
Choose your entree. Well, I know just the other day, Sean was on the radio raving about Pepper's chicken au pois. I mean, he literally said, because we were talking about the historical side, they're doing I don't know which, it's a different chicken, but it's like an artichoke spinach. It's just as delicious. But he had mentioned the arpois, so you guys got the chicken arpois, wherever you say it. It's too fancy for me.
your French is not that
my
good.
French is weak at best. That's about it. I learned one cuss word too from watching Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure when I was a kid. There's a scene where Napoleon is bowling, and he slips and goes down the lane, and then he yells, I can't say it on the radio, but he's yelling basically the word for poop in French. Just going, nah, nah, and it kept saying it, and the thing's like, oh, that's what that means. So I know we and that word. But yeah. So let's talk about the play. What's the play? What it's about? Give us a little story here for what's the show they're going to be seeing that night.
It's I'm the director.
Okay.
And
you're not on screen this time?
No.
Or on stage, I should say. No, on screen.
No, I was last. Let's
see, Four Old Broads. I think I saw you in last.
Yeah.
Is that the last thing you did? That was a fun one.
And then the next season we're going to do Four Old Broads at Sea.
Yes.
So I hope that
the sequel. So if you've caught the first one, you're like, man, that was fun. I'd love to see a part two.
Yeah.
Well, here we go. Part two coming soon to
I think
the
it's going to be
theater.
great. We'll see. Maybe I'll get a part. I have to audition, But anyway.
Well, is your character in it?
Uh-huh.
Well, I feel like you got a leg up there. I mean, you already locked down that character.
Yeah, and Deanna also.
That's right. You were in that one too. That was one of yours as well too. Yeah, you both were in that. I feel like you guys should have a leg up on those parts. Right? I was like, look, I'm already it. I did it.
I'll give you the director's phone number.
Okay, I'm just saying. We watched The Godfather. Mm-hmm. And if we watch Godfather 2 and there's a different Al Pacino there, I'm just saying it doesn't hold up. That's all I'm saying is you guys have already established what we expect from these characters. We don't want to have to get our minds blown and have to learn the part of so-and-so today when you play like soap operas,
Exactly.
Good deal. But you coming out here on the 6th so keeps these things going. That's what we're because this is the cool part about it is it's just, this is, you're out coming out having a fun night, enjoying a play, eating a delicious meal, creating memories with your friends, family. But this continues, these more plays. This continues that. Another part, which I think is one of the coolest parts of the Roswell Communal Theater, and it's the CAPS program. It's the Kids Arts Program, KAPS. And it is a full theater program for kids, and they don't just learn how to be thespians. They learn all aspects of theater. They get to learn, and through it, they learn history. They learn they learn about local stuff. Like one of their big events is they like to do they reenact history, and they'll go out to South Park Cemetery and reenact or do like a Chautauqua of some of the more notarized people that now call that cemetery home.
Yeah.
And so they do that. They've worked with the Historical Society doing a version of that, not at a cemetery, but and so they do. But the kids learn a little history. They learn how to prepare for parts. They learn, and the kids that aren't into the acting side and stuff, they embrace the behind the scenes stuff and the making of costumes and the making of sets and sound and lighting and all the things that aren't necessarily the sexy part of theater, but are very, very much needed, or the theater doesn't really have a show. So to me, that's great because and the other part I love about it is it exposes kids to some things that, like, when kids go to school, you learn things and all, but some kids don't absorb as much that way. And I think some creative types and things, sometimes their brains learn things in a different way, and the CAPS program gives an opportunity for kids that may not think, you know what I'm saying? It gives them an opportunity to learn stuff in a way that relates to them as opposed to, the traditional way, and that's what I love about it. And so by you coming out and eating some Pepper's food and doing all this, keeps these programs going for these kids and stuff. So that's why it's so important for you to come have fun with us. Dang it. I think I interrupted you about the play. I never did get into that part. So what's the play about that they're going to see on the 6th here?
Well, it's a murder mystery.
Okay.
And what the audience gets to do is they get to try and figure out who done it.
Okay.
Yes. We don't want to say too much because we don't want to give anything away.
Sure. You want to
Nothing
keep...
whatsoever.
Gotcha.
It's definitely a mystery.
Okay.
And there is a murder involved.
So can we do like a setting of the scene, like a time period of this story and all that, so to give a little bit, or is that giving away too many clues?
No, it's just a present day.
Okay.
Yeah.
So modern times,
Yes.
like, because I think of, when you think of whodunit, and then I always think of like your Clue era and that kind of, that more 50s richness kind of thing, a lot of mahogany and, drinks and sifters and things like that. Kind of highfalutin, old money, but.
Audience gets to ask questions. They get to mingle with the characters.
Yeah.
And so, yes.
So you kind of, as you're mingling, you're trying to scourge clues to figure out who did it.
Yes.
Gotcha. And so you ask them questions about, where are you from, or what you do for a living, or why are you here, whatever it is.
Yes.
They'll have answers that may or may not help you solve the mystery, depending on the answer you get there. Very cool.
And
Good deal.
The title of the play is The Death of Dr. Pepper.
Okay.
And so that tells you that it is pretty radical and silly.
It's a murder mystery with a lighthearted flair to it here.
Absolutely. So be prepared for gunshots and blood.
And there will be a winner at the end of the night.
Very good. Yes. And by the way, the winner gets a little cool little swag. They basically will get 4 tickets to the future of the communal theater, 4 shows of your choosing, excluding special events, which, like, this event is considered a special event, something different. But like, say, the next 4 Old Broads play that's coming up here, this will get you in for that, to go see that, or whatever, everything that's coming up here, you get 4 tickets to that as well too. Don't forget to bring your dancing shoes, because there will be dancing. The Brian Crawford Band, who they were the runner-ups in the Battle of the Bands here that we had right for UFO Festival. And great band. They're going to be kind of setting the tone, and you can do some shuffling your feet and dancing a little bit, work off some of the Pepper's food, and have a good time. So, and of course there'll be a silent auction as well too.
Yes.
Just curiosity, can we tease any of the silent auction items or some of that? At least just give an idea of some of the stuff they can bid on, or is that still being determined?
The only thing I know for sure that
Mm-hmm.
personally that's going to be in the silent auction is I'm donating a painting that I have done.
Oh, cool. Some artwork.
Yeah.
So, man, what don't you do?
Well, I'm retired now, and I've always wanted to learn to paint. So I'm
Picked it up as a.
I'm teaching myself how to paint.
She's done very well.
I'm about to say, you're probably
thank
pretty
you.
good if it's warranted enough to be in a silent auction. You're probably a few steps. This ain't paint by number or something like that. Okay.
She's being shown down in is it the Main Street?
Oh, really? You
Yeah,
got yeah.
Yeah, I'm at the.
Do you do anything like poorly, or you just sign up things and do it well everywhere you go? Because now she's just, I'll do some fun acting. I'll knock that out. She's great at it. Oh, I think I'd do some painting. I'll pick up painting. Now she's Picasso. Like, are you anything you're not good at?
There's lots of things I'm not good at. Yeah. In fact, I just paint and read, watch a little TV since I've been retired.
Yeah. So what are you into in your paintings? Do you like to do landscaping or portraits or just whatever strikes your fancy at the moment?
Whatever strikes my fancy.
Okay.
I haven't done. I've done a lot of animal paintings, but I haven't done any humans yet.
Okay.
I feel intimidated to try and do portraits, but I've tried a little bit of everything else.
You know what I hear? The hardest thing, like one of the hardest things to draw or paint is human hands. Like to get them right, to do them, and they say that's like one of the most difficult, as an artist to do is to nail that. Because weirdly enough, my mother, growing up, she had a artistic flair and she wanted to be a artist and things, and that's not where she did hobby is crochet and things, but not make a career out of it. But I remember when she passed away, and I started going through closets to clean out, and there were so many books of like how to draw arts and things, and there was whole ones dedicated to hand drawing and all that stuff. So I kind of I know about that much about that stuff. But it's great. You get to do that. So who knows? Come out and see Louise. I guess you're at Main Street Gallery over here.
Yes,
Do you have a studio or a little setup over there?
Yes.
Awesome.
I was accepted as a membership of the Fine Arts League.
Oh, well, congratulations.
And they're a great bunch of people, and there's some fantastic art in there.
Absolutely.
It's a co-op of local artists, and if you should go by and have a see.
They always have fun stuff going on the first Fridays. So maybe if you've never been in there, make like August 1st is coming up here soon, the next first Friday. Go out to a first Friday and then stop by the Main Street Art. They usually have stuff for the kids there, so you can bring the kids in, depending on each month's a theme thing. So they got, sometimes it's Dr. Seuss, sometimes it's just painting stuff, but it just depends on the theme that month. But yeah, it's a great place to go. So stop by and see Louise's and many of the other artists' little shops there. And of course, you can buy stuff too. That's the other thing. If you like something, really, you can buy it. They let you. But cool. But and again, getting back to August 6th here. Put it on your calendars. It is going to be 100 Years of Hollywood Glamour Curtains Rising event. It is a fun evening of live theater, dinner, dancing, whodunits, and silent auction, all one night. Now, cost very affordable, $65 per person, which for everything you're getting, that's all inclusive for a whole. So basically, for you and a couple, you spend $130. And you've got a whole night of great, and all that money goes to help the community little theater. So, but if you got more friends than that and don't want to make it a date night, you want to make it a fun family friend night, you can get a table of 8 for $700, and that way you all get to sit together and have your good spots. If you do want a table, probably rather than go online, just shoot an email. Or call and they'll make those. I don't think there's a link on the website for the tables, but call and ask, and they'll be happy to get you that information to do that. But definitely participate, and don't forget you have to get your entries in by August 1st. And that's a hard deadline. So Peppers has enough time to prepare and make sure they got food for everybody on the 6th here. So, and then now you got between now and August 6th to plan what your theme is too for your costumes. So So I'm not sure where to take that, because part of me would go elegant, but then part of me kind of likes the Hollywood bad boy that shows up, like, you know what I mean? Like he's such a big deal that he can come up naked and they think it's an amazing, like, what a brave choice. You know what I mean? Most people look at him like, what a crackpot. This guy's showing up wearing that. But this person's like, what a brave choice, or he's such a rebel.
Yeah. I think of James Dean.
Yeah, James Dean type. Yeah, maybe that's the way to go. It's something, I was thinking Brando at first.
Oh, yeah,
but,
Marlon Brando.
I'm not that big. I guess I could stuff a little Brando going on here.
Yeah.
But it should be a whole lot of fun and come out and do it. While we got you here, what is there any other events, things we want to let folks know about the communal theater? Of course, CAPS program. They can probably learn more at the website if you're interested in enrolling your child in that. I'm not sure. Do they do like a enrollment season, or can you kind of drop in at any time on that? Do you know? Or probably need to get the CAPS people.
Do an enrollment season.
Okay.
Yeah.
But if you want to get in on the next one and stuff, call and ask. They'll be happy to give you more information about that. And it's a great thing for the kids. I'm telling you, if you have a kid and they love theater, or maybe they don't realize they do yet, and maybe they're struggling in school and you're trying to find ways to reach them, reach out to the CAPS people. That might be your ticket to unlocking
it's a great stress reliever.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. But it might be that key to unlocking, your kids, the pathway to what makes them find their passions and love and everything else. So it's really a cool thing. So.
And I believe the next weekend after August 6th is the opening of the musical.
The new musical that's coming. Okay.
For the season, and Deanna can tell you about that.
Yeah. Do you have the info for it?
Yeah.
Well, the musical is She Loves Me.
Okay.
And there's a great cast. I think we open. I think it's the third week.
Are you in this one, Deanna?
Yes, I am.
Oh, good for you.
Yes.
Good.
I'm more backstage, so I'm more the stage manager.
Okay. I got you. Well, and I know you do that well because I've done Grinch, which I'm doing again. I will be Grinched again. I will be Grinched up again this December. But Deanna's she does wrangle people, and I'm pretty sure that production, because there's a lot of people.
Yes,
that one's a lot of moving parts because there's a lot of acts and kids and things.
Of moving parts,
yeah.
And there are new moving parts that this theater has not seen.
Okay.
So it's going to be very interesting, and you need to come out and see it. You're going to get to see a little bit of it because we are not going to be able to close the curtain as often. So,
really? Yes. So this is going to be like breaking theater 101 rules a little bit too. Cool.
We're trying to stay up with technology.
I love that. See, that's fun. You guys get to and here's the thing: if it don't work, so be it. We try something else. You know what I mean? It's just you got to throw things at the wall and see what sticks sometimes. And I love that. That's great. Good to do. Good to do. So I do want to ask real quick, since you guys are going to be at the Clarion here on the 6th and not at your normal place, the communal theater, how does that change rehearsing and stage set? Because I imagine they don't let you just hang out at the Clarion and rehearse this all the time. You're back at the theater rehearsing. How does that change preparing for this show? As a director, I imagine that's your world here. But
well, we really don't have much of a set. We're just doing it. The dinner theater is the set.
Gotcha. So there's not a lot of props needed for this one because it's kind of on the fly live in the room a little bit.
Well, there is a gun involved.
Yes.
Okay.
And the actors have to be very willing to come in from different entrances no matter where we're at. So.
And see, that's the different thing because you're doing a show in a real world.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
It's not like we manufactured a wall to create a door to give you an appearance that we got an apartment here. You're actually in an apartment, or in this case would be a restaurant. Yes. But I love that. That's but it does change the logistics because guess what? If the actor has to come out this door here, but then in a few minutes got to be coming out this door, usually at the theater they can have a little path to get there in like 10 seconds.
Yeah.
This one they may have to go up, down the street, come back and round. I got to walk around the whole building to get back into this side here.
Amazingly enough, not everybody can do that. Not everybody is flexible enough to be able to enter or leave.
And I haven't even mentioned this one may not have them, but if there's costume changes or anything like that, you got to be in and out and look elegant in like 30 seconds when most people spend hours getting ready to look like that. You know what I mean? it's a challenge. It's a lot there that it isn't just you standing on the stage holding the apple going to be or not to be. It's a whole lot more than that. You know?
Yes. And we've been rehearsing there in the lobby of the.
Oh, at the Clarion?
No, at our place.
To kind of train.
Yeah.
Well, that would have been funny if you did. What are those people doing? Should I stay here? There's some weird stuff going on in the lobby at the Clarion.
Yeah. I need to go talk to him about the gunfire that's going to be occurring.
Yeah, you might want to warn some people. Just unless you want the sheriffs and police department as part of the performance, which I'm sure they'd be happy to be a part of.
Yeah. And we're going to have some blood on chests and things like that.
Yeah,
so.
you might want to warn some people just in case. Good tip. Oh, man. But, folks, please, mark it on your calendars. RSVP today. Come on out. It's called 100 Years of Hollywood Glamour, Curtains Rising. It's going to be a fun night with the Roswell Community Little Theater. A great live show, some excellent dinner, some dancing, a live auction, and a great live band, live music. Everything you want for in a night, it's there live. You got a live music with a great band. You got a silent auction with some great items, some great artwork, and probably a lot of other, pampering packages and things like that. And then, of course, a great meal from Peppers and a great show with you got to get to work. You got to get in here and find out who did it. And if you are diligent enough, you can win a bunch more free shows.
Exactly.
Absolutely. So what you could do is if you do win and you love live theater, but you have a friend that maybe is the kicking and screaming one, say, look, I'll even give you this ticket. I'll buy a ticket and we'll go together and see the next performance here. So use it as maybe a draw to get some of your friends at Poo Poo Theater a little bit to come and check the theater out. So, because I know it's a guy movie. You think, because I get it. I'm not into musicals and all that either. That's not my thing. But live theater is different than that. It's kind of this isn't watching The Sound of Music on TV and someone singing every 2 minutes. It's way more than that. So
yeah.
But a lot of fun. Is there anything we missed that I got sidetracked on or started going down a rabbit hole on and didn't Did we get it all?
Not unless you want to introduce who's in the play.
Oh yeah, let's introduce our cast here.
Yes. Dan Coleman's in the cast. Guy Monroe, Michael Bozeman, Nicole McWilliams, Deona Anderson, and Gina Montague.
Oh, very good.
So it's a great cast.
For some that have gone to regular communal theaters, you're going to some faces you're very familiar with, and people that are very much at the heart of the Roswell Community Little Theater there. By the way, if you want, they're always looking for more volunteers and stuff. If you love theater and love all this stuff and you're thinking, well, I'm a little shy to audition and do things, but you love, helping, like stage management, prop design, set design, costume design, just helping. Like there's, like when there's those costume changes and things, you got to help pour people in and out of costumes and things.
Yes.
They need people to help do that kind of stuff. Or makeup, if you love doing makeup. I know you got some great volunteers that come and help do makeup, but they can always use more people doing that. So, because people like nights off from time to time and stuff, and, things like that. Or sound, and if you love computers and sound and light and want to maybe dabble in that, they can always use more help on those kind of things too. Or even if it's just taking tickets at the door, every little thing helps with that. So if you want to get involved or serve on the board and things like that, I think they're always looking for some fresh faces to help with some of the decision making of the community little theater too. So if you are into all that, come out on the 6th, talk to some of the cast or our director here, and they'll be happy to get you some more information about that too. And of course the CAPS program too. If you hear about this, like, man, I think my kid would be great with this. Come out to the 6th event, and they'll be happy to talk to you a little bit more about it. Or in the meantime, go to the Roswell Theater, theatre.org, and while you're getting your tickets for this event, you can learn more about the CAPS program, some upcoming shows and events, and really what the community theater is all about here. So, good deal. And don't forget, August 6th, at the Clarion, not at the community theater. If you do show up there, you're going to be kind of disappointed.
Very disappointing.
Cost again is $65 per person, or a table for 8 for $700. You get a delicious meal with Peppers, a night of dancing, live theater. All of this a fundraising event for the Roswell Community Theater to help replace that roof, to help keep programs going and keeping the doors open for the community to enjoy. So
and it does start at 5:45.
It is. It's a unique time. I forgot to mention that.
Yes.
5:45. So get there a little bit before that because I'm assuming that's when dinner starts at 5:45 or
Actually,
the mingling begins at 5:40.
Yeah.
Okay.
and for the sake of the play, you'll want to be there for the mingling.
Well,
because you mingle with
if you want to figure out who
actors.
did it, you got to mingle and find.
Yeah,
You just
yeah.
can't, assume. You gotta peel back a few layers to find out what's going on there. That's
Yes.
Yeah.
good deal. So yeah, have fun with it. That's the other thing. Embrace it.
Yes.
Come out and have fun.
Yes.
Come out there and play Inspector Clouseau and trying to figure out who done it, and maybe that's your move. You're going to go dressed up as Sherlock Holmes or something. Tell them with the hat and the magnifying glass.
Oh, that'd work.
Maybe leave the opium at home. They frown about that. But the rest of it, do it.
Yeah. Well, that's your excuse for acting weird.
There you go. That's the other thing too. You just, this is your chance to be someone else. Be the Monopoly guy rolling in there with your monocle and be like, "Oh, lovey," and talking, Thurston Howell situation. I don't, do your thing. Have fun with it, or whatever you want, or be modern. Come in there like maybe leave the Chris Rock stuff at home and Will Smith, but
Yeah, we don't want that.
but the rest of it, come on down.
Yeah.
Good deal. Well, thank you, ladies, as always. Appreciate it. And break a leg. And we look forward to a great, fun night. And folks, don't forget, August 1st is your deadline to get tickets. So please don't wait. Get them now, because if you go August 2nd saying, "Can I get a ticket?" they're going to say, "I'm sorry, we're past that time."
Yeah.
Good deal. Well, thank you guys. We'll
thank
see. I'm
you.
sure you got to get ready and practice and getting ready for more. There's probably a lot to be done between now and August 6th. And so good to see you're still chipper. All right. It is 9:54. Let's go ahead and take a quick break before we wrap up the show. You're listening to Mornings with Mike Winters right here on 106.5 Roswell's Talk FM.
With the Wall Street Business Report, I'm Rich Thomason. Wall Street opened lower this morning ahead of what's expected to be another sharp interest rate hike by the Fed this week. Walmart lowering its profit forecast for the second quarter and the full year, saying rising prices for food and gas forcing shoppers to cut back on discretionary items that carry higher profit margins. General Motors' second quarter net income plunged 40% from a year ago as computer chip and part shortages hobbled factory output, driving the company's U.S. sales down more than 15%. Coca-Cola posting strong sales in the second quarter due to price hikes and rising demand from restaurants and other venues. Company is raising revenue expectations. McDonald's sales fell short of expectations in the second quarter. Revenue dropped 3% to $5.72 billion April through June. For the Wall Street Business Report, I'm Rich Thomason.
Yup, it's back to school season, and Roswell Honda wants to get you geared up with the 5th annual Back to School Blowout. Stop by Roswell Honda now through July 29th and register your kids to get a backpack chock full of supplies absolutely free. Then on July 30th, join Roswell Honda for the Back to School Bash with lots of free food and fun stuff for the whole family. And that's not all. While you're there, register to win a brand new desk, office chair, and HP laptop. Register now for the Back to School Blowout, July 30th, 10 to 1 at Roswell Honda, 2177 West 2nd.
I've heard it said, speaking my mind is easy, speaking it tactfully, not so much. Hi, this is Pastor Troy and Julie Smotherman for The Joy of Marriage.
Proverbs 15:15 says, "A gentle answer deflects anger, but harsh words make tempers flare." Sometimes my greatest accomplishment is keeping my mouth shut. There are times when we argue that it would be easy to lash out. So I have a choice to make. I can either feed the fire or quench it with my words.
Julie and I have learned there's going to be arguments, but we've learned to fight and argue, not to be right, but to get the situation right.
So the next time you're in an argument, try saying something kind from a genuine heart to bring peace in your marriage.
If you have any questions or would like further information about the Joy of Marriage Ministry, please go to jomconference.com.
One of the best things about summertime in New Mexico is all the great places to go and neat things to do. Camping in the mountains, swimming at the lake, exploring the caverns, and so much more. And what makes all this fun and adventure possible is a dependable car or truck that fits your family and hauls your toys. That's just what you'll find at Roswell Ford. Here at the Tailgate Nation, we have the best selection of nearly new cars, trucks, and SUVs in southeastern New Mexico. They've all survived a rigorous 139-point inspection, and Roswell Ford gives you a 3-day money-back guarantee to make sure you're happy. You know Roswell Ford is always looking for gently used cars and trucks. If you have one you want to sell, we'll make you a cash offer on the spot and give you a week to think about it. This summer isn't going to last forever, so make the most of it with an upgraded ride from your friends at the Tailgate Nation. Roswell Ford at the corner of 9th and Main, the official sponsor of Summer Fun.
If you need a Kubota that works and plays hard, stop looking. You'll find everything you need at Amigo Machinery. When it comes to tough Kubota tractors, mowers, construction equipment, and utility vehicles, all with low-rate financing, Amigo Machinery is your one-stop shop. We are passionately committed to providing our customers with the highest quality products, most innovative solutions, and services delivered with integrity and professionalism. Stop by Amigo Machinery in Roswell or see us online at amigo-machinery.com.
Martine's Capital Cafe in Roswell offers authentic and highly rated New Mexico food. Explore their amazing menu featuring huevos rancheros or asado with eggs or their green chili stew. And you can't forget their award-winning green chili cheeseburger, all made from scratch using their finest and freshest ingredients. Open for carryout with curbside delivery or limited dine-in. Just call ahead 624-2111. Martine's Capital Cafe, always pleasing the most refined palate. Open Monday through Saturday from 6 a.m. to 8:30 p.m. at 110 West 4th in Roswell.
If you're missing a tooth or several teeth, a dental implant may be the ultimate solution. Implants look and feel so much like real teeth that you probably forget you have an implant. Maupin & Brown Dentistry is one of New Mexico's most experienced implant providers, with literally thousands of implant patients who are absolutely delighted with the results. Call Maupin & Brown today for an evaluation. You'll be surprised how affordable implants can be. Maupin & Brown, your choice for experienced, state-of-the-art dentistry.
Here's a Mornings with Mike Winters fun fact. A group of 12 or more cows is called a flink. If you have only 11 cows, that's called a lot of cow pies. Here's